Hey, Papa here. It's Papa John, and you're listening to the H3 podcast. Go Ethan. Go Eli.
Well. Looks like we've got an official spokesman. Papa was looking for a job, and we scooped him up. Welcome, everybody. As Papa said, to the H3 podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Hims. PewDiePie was supposed to be on today's episode. He couldn't make it, so we have no PewDiePie, but hopefully we are enough for y'all.
Hopefully.
But was it really Papa John on Tuesday? It feels like it was so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Monday.
Oh,
Monday. That's
why.
And early, too. That's why it feels so long ago. Mm-hmm. Now, Papa came in. He saw. He conquered. It was a beautiful moment. I mean, we have to talk about that. People said I ruined the interview. There was a lot of harsh criticism for me. But I'm used to that. I feel like our fans, there's
brutal.
It's like I'm destined to be hated by my fans. It's just part of the game now. I've accepted it. People saying I interrupted too much. Actually, I got a lot of heat for Sean Evans for interrupting too.
Yeah.
But I have a theory. I have a method. You know, I'm trying a new interviewing style, and although it's not perfect, I think that it's going to be great to hone and get better at. And basically, I'm definitely being more aggressive. You know, at first I had a real problem with interrupting people, like in the beginning of our show, and then I learned to not interrupt people and give them their space. But then I felt like I was out of control. I didn't have control of the show, and sometimes people can have a tendency to go on and on about things that either I've heard them talking about already, I know what they're going to say, or they're just doing like PR.
Right.
And for me, we have finite time in here, and I want to get to the meat to something. I want to get to the heart of something.
And you find yourself getting bored sometimes if it doesn't go in the direction that you want it to go.
Well, I don't want to say bored.
Not bored, but like the...
But I want to... What I want to do is go to a deeper level.
Yeah. And
so it's kind of a tough balancing act, because on one hand, you want your guests to be as comfortable as possible, because that will ultimately help them getting to a deeper level. But at the same time, we have 2 hours here, and if they go like start talking about stuff like flowery language, I feel like as an interviewer, I want to not have patience. I don't want to hear things that
you want to cut to the meat.
Like if they're saying something and I know exactly what they're saying, I don't necessarily want to hear it. And I'm assuming you guys know exactly what they're saying too. So let's find out what's going on, like with but that's fine. I'm used to taking the heat now. It's love-hate, right? Mostly hate these days. No, that's not true.
No.
But I'm aware, so I am being more aggressive. I'm trying to take more control. And I personally like it. I think I'm trying to develop a unique style of interviewing. Instead of just, I tried being passive and giving people space, and it's fine. But I feel like we can elevate it and have our own unique style of interviewing. And that's what I'm trying to develop. So while it might not be pleasant to watch, and at times awkward and uncomfortable, and you think to yourself, wow, Ethan's the worst interviewer of all time, which I saw that comment so many times. I would like to see you come in here and try to hold a conversation. Mother. Well, they didn't say they're great interviewers. And I'm not saying I'm a great interviewer. All I'm saying is that maybe not being a great interviewer makes you a great interviewer. Think about it.
I would like to express that I feel like I know what you are going for, and I support it, because I think we kind of share the same view, and we a lot of times will have the same experience because we sit here together. So after a few guests where we were more passive, we kind of feel like it's just not satisfying. We didn't get to the meat of what we wanted.
I feel like I didn't do anything.
Right.
I had like these really weird ones where it's like, I had a guest and I felt so out of control. I had no control of the dialogue, the pacing. They kept going on and on about things that I thought were repetitive and that I I wanted to get to something else. And then the comments are like, wow, the H3 podcast has really come into its own. Ethan was an amazing interviewer. And I would read those and be like, I thought I totally fucking blew it. That like, I was totally out of control and felt awful. So I don't know what to say, but I have to ultimately follow my own instincts here.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's a work in progress that it's tough because everyone gets to watch, you know. Everyone's watching you trying stuff, so.
But it's fine. Like I said, I'm used to. Those comments don't bother me. You know, ultimately, both those episodes were well received, despite everyone saying I'm the worst interviewer.
At least the guests were happy with.
That's right.
Their appearance and how they were perceived, which is to me is really important.
That's the win.
I want to make sure the guest is happy.
That's the win.
I don't want them to leave and feel like I should have never gone on that show.
So, because look at the comments, Papa, who's a divisive figure, controversial figure. Everyone came out hating me and loving Papa. I mean, that's an incredible feat. My own fans, no less. So I consider that a big win. You know, Papa's like my new Papa. I have a dad and I have a Papa. I've been on the phone with him nonstop.
So I keep telling
texting,
Ethan.
calling. Hilo walks in. He goes, who's that? Oh, it's Papa's on the phone. We've been calling all the time.
I keep telling Ethan, now you got a Papa figure.
Yeah. I have a
In
Papa
your life.
figure. Now I got a Papa figure.
Papa's in the house.
I wonder if he could be like a business mentor. I feel like I could call and ask him business questions for Teddy Fresh and stuff.
I wonder if someone like him gets it all the time, though, and it's annoying. So, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't have any legit questions for him, but when I do, when I have like, damn, you know, I got a real question for Papa. I need like a seasoned businessman. Well, at any rate, it's funny. Even Papa called me. He was like, he's like, everybody loves me. He was like, you're taking some heat in the comments, though. I was like, I know, Papa. My fans don't like me.
Let me finish.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
That people love that.
Yeah, I love that, too. I mean, it's a great soundbite. It's a great soundbite. But
You know, I kept, as we were sitting here and talking to him, I kept having flashbacks to us in Israel, just like our first videos about him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if you told me that in a few years this will be us, I would have never believed
it's
it.
awesome.
It's like, it's so insane.
I'm on the phone with Papa. He called me when YouTube, I'll get to that, but YouTube like removed it from trending and demonetized it because they thought there was a racial slur in it, which is so stupid and ironic. We'll get to that. But Papa calls me, he's like, how many views do we lose? This is outrageous. It's a conspiracy. And I was like, I know, Papa, it's crazy. But he did great.
And
Everyone
you wanted
loved
to
him.
help, right? He was like, can my people help?
Yeah, he was like, what can my people do? He's like, what can
Nothing.
we do? I was like, Papa, I got this one under control. You got your dating, I got the YouTube. Don't worry. But I don't know. Isn't it nice to watch an interview where it's a little? Well,
To me,
obviously,
it is.
I'm not great at this style of interviewing. This more aggressive form of interviewing and controlling the narrative, but it's got to be. I mean, for me at least.
I find it more interesting because it kind of reminds me, like, a lot of times when we meet guests outside of the show, we'll have a really interesting, exciting conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the show, it's like, okay, now I'm going to give you, like, the PR answers.
Yeah, exactly.
The stuff that I have to be, like, guided or guarded and say it, like, in a guarded way.
Yeah.
So I feel like what you're going for with this direction is going to hopefully
Rattle
like,
some more truth out of them.
yeah, it's more like the real conversation.
Yeah.
And
By the way, I mean, people are like, "Oh, I can't." They're just so rude to him. I can't believe you asked him about dating. It's like, hello, that's fucking interesting shit. like, I get it. Like, Papa wants to come on here and do the PR and talk about like it's about the main ingredients is people.
right.
It's like, dude, I don't want to hear.
But this
I don't.
isn't like a
I want to
fluff
hear about your
piece.
dating. I want to hear who's Papa putting whose oven is his pizza going in. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know.
No, that was rude, Ethan.
Can I interject and just?
Yes. What do you think, Dan?
I agree. I appreciate that you're this new thing that you're trying and to get to the meat of people's answers a little bit more. The whole thing with asking about his divorce maybe came a little early in the interview.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Again, I'm not great at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I have
that's
a-
where it gets
That's a
refined. It's
good
like
point.
that kind of thing. Once he's settled in a little bit more comfortable, you might have even gotten a better answer for that question if it had been
Like
deeper
that
in the
may have
interview.
been better after the pizza eating.
Right.
Well, again, I didn't anticipate that being. I didn't realize it was so soon either. So I didn't realize it was such a awkward thing. But fuck it. Let's make it awkward. You're not here. Just enjoy it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
But we're not rude to
But it
our
was
guests.
great. Now we're best friends. He calls me every day.
Yeah. How dare you say that we were
But
rude?
anyway,
And that's happened with a few guests where people get offended on their behalf.
Yeah.
But the reality is like they're not offended. Like they're fine. Papa's calling you every day. It's like he's not upset about it. So
But I
why
think
should you be upset?
Anyway, I don't care. But I think But I think it's good. Obviously, I'm better. Like I have a hard time opening interviews because it's really hard to pick the right topic where it's like,
yeah.
I want to talk about something relevant. I want it to be lighthearted and fun and relax them, and I want it to be interesting too for the
But
audience.
I feel like it always gets better later in the interview. So it's
It's just
like,
because I
how do
think the
you-
guest is more comfortable.
Yeah.
But that's just the nature of being here. It's like at first he was super shut up. He was like, I was like, hey, Papa. He's like, hey, glad to be here. But then at the end, he opens up. He's more comfortable on camera because look. You come in here as a guest. It's a very
You don't know what to
anxious,
expect.
intense. You got all these cameras. You've never been in this. You're sitting across from me, who is going to give you a hard time. In Papa's case, he knew, he was expecting some jabs for sure. He's never done this before. He's sitting there, So yeah, I understand the nervousness. So it's a tough act it's a hard balancing act. But obviously the divorce thing didn't hit perfectly. But whatever. It's all good too.
I still thought it was funny when you asked him if he's getting any weird ass.
Yeah, who doesn't want to know that?
Like, come on. It's hilarious.
But he but is great because it sounded like he is. Because he didn't say no.
Or that he's
He was
thinking
very
about
diplomatic.
it.
He was very
Yeah.
diplomatic.
Yeah, but he didn't say no. And he also, well, anyway, Papa bless, Papa John. People are like, how dare you disrespect Papa John? I was like, what? Shut up, idiot. Anyway, here's a comment, actually, if I can continue to praise myself. People with 41 votes after 22
Wow,
hours.
41.
So here's a comment in support of me. The podcast is getting too much hate. I just noticed how much hate Ethan got for the Sean Evans podcast because interrupting and asking too personal questions. Maybe it's just me, but I think it was one of the most entertaining podcasts yet. I feel like Ethan is just finding a very unique, hilarious interview style by cutting the usual fake-friendly interview BS and making it awkward. He's like the opposite of Jimmy Fallon. I like it.
I like it.
I agree with you, with the exception of him discuss. Oh, come on! I thought the top comment was more agreeable. With the exception of discussing Papa's dating life. Poor Papa is a wholesome guy, 4 months fresh off divorce. Hard cringe. Well, okay, fine. We can discuss it, and he can say what he wants. Well, I'm not allowed to ask the guy. I don't regret asking him. He's fucking awesome, and it made everyone uncomfortable. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that,
Second comment says it's refreshing.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I wanted to read until this guy snuck his way up to the top. I agree. The way they interview is refreshing. It's a little more raw, if you know what I mean. Oh, I know what you mean, baby. They aren't afraid
I like it raw.
I like it raw.
We like it raw here.
They aren't afraid to ask questions, and I think it leads to much more interesting interviews. Oh, here's one. So here's one who hates me. Or maybe not. I'm just going to read it for the sake, since we're here already. I feel like every hate comment is an attempt at showing Ethan the light that as viewers we think he's craving. And we're doing this in the form of bad, rude advice. I agree, though. In the end, they're my favorite people to view and listen to. But he agrees that they're trying to show me the light, which I'm not sure what the light is. Dan Bro, I just really want Ethan to be happy. and making moves with the power of his platform. We got to stop being so toxic. Thank
Well,
you.
that's a sweet guy.
Yeah, but I can't tell what the light is. He wants me to change.
Well, like, I think what he's saying is that he has some criticism, but he doesn't want to hurt your feelings with those toxic comments.
I am sensitive. But that being said, I am okay with it.
Everyone is sensitive. Anyone who's saying that is not is lying. Every guest that we have on goes through the same thing. It's like there's no such thing as not being sensitive.
Thank you. That being said, the episode has 98% likes, so
Could have been that bad.
but going into this, there's two ways to react to it. It's like, oh, I'm just going to go back to the way I was because everybody hates this and hates me. Or I can just buckle down, know that I'm going to get hate because people don't quite, maybe I'm just not good at it, or maybe people aren't used to it, and just get better at it because ultimately I feel like I'm going to be delivering a more interesting, better product, and I'm going to be more fulfilled and engaged here as an interviewer. So, in summary, am I the worst interviewer of all time? Maybe. But does that by itself make me interesting? I think so. So it's a race to the bottom. And I hope you all join me.
As long as Fallon's out there doing his thing.
You guys really
he will
want
not
me?
be the worst.
Come on. No, you don't want that. Maybe you do. But Fallon's already out there for you. But let's talk more about the Papa follow-up. Here's a headline or an album of all the headlines. Now, Papa John came on the show, and I think he's talked about a lot of interesting things. He talked about being extorted, blackmailed, a conspiracy to out him from the company. And yet all the freaking headlines are the same. Papa John's founder, I didn't eat 40 pizzas in 30 days. I had 40 pizzas in 30 days. How is that the headline? That's stupid. Oh, Papa John admits he didn't actually eat 40 pizzas in 30 days.
I cannot believe that is the headline.
Papa John founder reveals the truth. He didn't really eat 40 pizzas in 30 days.
And they all chose that. That's shocking.
There's the best one here. Wait, it's this is the best one. Papa John reveals that he lied to America. He didn't actually eat 40 pizzas in 30 days. You motherfuckers.
Lied to the whole country.
I thought this was like a newsworthy interview.
I thought that I was losing my mind. Like, how is this the headline? And I asked some people downstairs who listened to it, like Andrew.
Oh, okay.
And he listened to the podcast, and he said he had the same reaction because it was like,
there's some meat there, right?
you said you ate 40 pizzas. No, he was.
Oh, that was the
He
revelation?
was backing up the.
But I called him out on that too, right?
Yeah.
I was like, dude,
So
had
he was
means
like,
eaten.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
You
reading
say
some
you had 40 pizzas.
the articles. It's just so stupid.
But-
I mean, this is an incredible story. Shout out to Andrew if he's listening, by the way.
Yeah.
He's a designer, great guy.
But to me, it seems like one of those sentences that are obviously kind of like you just
Dude,
say it, you don't mean it literally.
You can't eat 40 pizzas in 30 days. It's not humanly possible. If I, like, by the third day of eating pizza in a row like that, I think my skin would start to fall off my body. But some of the articles were like, yet the host, H3, called him out
Oh.
and didn't let it slide. Had means eaten, Ethan Klein said. Hard-hitting journalism. Right here. Felt good about that. Take that, Newsweek. Oh, and then Papa Schnatter, the day after our podcast, sold another huge chunk. So I was like, what? I wonder, Papa just made $63 million.
That's a good day.
Sold 1 million shares at $63.24 and made $63 million the day after our podcast. So, hey, not a bad week for Papa. Hey,
That turns me on.
nice. What did he say that about in context?
Something.
Something about a good pizza, probably. Certainly not about
It
dating.
wasn't the weird ass, I hope.
No, it wasn't
That
about
turns
dating.
me on.
That turns me on.
It was either about business or about pizza. I can't remember.
Yeah. Good for Papa. He still owns 1.8 million shares. Man, that's a lot of money. That guy's rich as fuck. You know what's crazy? Papa is like, we can't even comprehend how rich he is. Yet, like Michael Bloomberg, who I'm seeing his ads. This guy, I don't think there's ever been a media buy like this in the history of humankind.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nope.
Yet he's like the 10th richest guy in the world. He's got like 50 billion or something like that.
I think it's closer to 60.
Yeah, like 60 billion. Papa doesn't even have 1 billion.
It's close.
But Bloomberg, closer to a billion than half, in the words of the great Papa. But Bloomberg, 60 billion. He has 60 times more wealth.
But is he not just throwing it all away? Like, he has no chance, does he?
Dude, he's starting to pull really
Starting
well.
to pull
Yes.
pretty good in some places.
He's going up like 18%. It's working.
Wow.
I mean, I'm going to talk about that because you guys may have seen that he did all these meme buys. He bought an ad on all these meme pages, which was just outrageous, which we'll talk about that. But he's like getting me everywhere. He's on TV. He's on YouTube. He's on the radio. He's on the meme pages. I'm surprised he's not like on airplanes outside, like trailing behind airplanes. That's the last frontier. It's the air.
Here, I just sent you a breakdown of his ad spending. He's spent almost 3 times as much as all of the other candidates combined on
Wow.
advertising, including Trump. Not just the other Democrats, including Trump and all the other Democrats. He spent 3 times as much as them.
He has an unlimited budget. He spent something like $300 million, which is almost, which is
310,
like,
yeah.
which is let's say half of Papa John's worth. That is like $100 to Bloomberg.
That's all just on media buy.
Yeah, in the last quarter.
We should all go into that business. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
they're just
These
cashing in.
every
They're like
every
election.
4 years, these fucking media companies are just making so much money from this shit. You know, like I donated $1,000 to Bernie Sanders and endorsed him, and I was like, is he just gonna go to buying commercials? Because ultimately he's just paying more rich people. Is that a problem? Dan, go ahead.
I mean, who knows where the dollars, your specific dollars, are going to go? But I mean, there's also campaign staff and canvassers, and there's a lot of things besides advertising. But yeah, I mean,
But,
at least some percentage of it is going to go to an ad company, sure.
But at least Sanders is actually funded by people, right?
So it's poor people funneling all their money to rich ass media companies.
No, well, it's not like the other guys who get like millions from the Koch brothers or whatever.
The Koch brothers?
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
Bloomberg's funded by people too, just one person.
He's
Yeah.
a people.
He's a people.
Well, at least I don't have to give him money. Fuck. At least he can buy his own ads. It's like, how much money do people spend donating to their...
I see people saying that as like a defense of him, is like, oh, well, he's just spending his own money, so he's not beholden to anybody. And it's like, yeah, exactly. He's not beholden to you. Like,
Well, the money doesn't have to do with that. The president, I mean, I'm assuming most presidents aren't there to...
I don't mean it in the sense of making money.
No, but because he's rich doesn't mean that he's not beholden to the constituents. I mean, he's the same duty as any president.
I mean, on paper, you're right, yeah.
I see people wondering if he should be allowed to spend this much on campaigning.
Well,
what do
Yang
you
had
guys
the best,
think?
in my opinion, the best counterpoint in that he said, look, advertising is only effective to a point.
Yeah.
And then at a point, it just becomes annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah, he's a rich guy. That's how it works. You can buy advertising, but look, ultimately, Bloomberg does have experience, so he's gonna do better than a guy like Stoyer, who's like, who the fuck is this guy? I mean, he was the mayor of New York, okay? Like Stoyer is just like out of nowhere, like why are you even on the stage at all?
You're talking about Steyer.
Yeah, whatever. Stoyer, Tom Stoyer, whatever. Fuck that guy. That guy was such a weirdo.
What has he done?
He's just a rich dude. I don't know. He's not. But
How are there so many rich people?
They're not.
that are running.
They all
There's
Yeah,
not that many.
that are
But they just all
running.
are running for president.
They're
yeah,
all
just
running.
one billionaire. If he's like, "Hey, I'm running," he's on the stage. You know. But Bloomberg's ads are actually Stoyer's. His ads sucked. Because he has no charisma, and he's like, I think Donald Trump I'm the only candidate that thinks that climate change is our number one concern. But Bloomberg actually is smart because he's not charismatic guy, and he's not really like impressive looking. So he's not in his ads. He does like hit jobs on Trump. He does jobs about I've seen commercials about gun control. He doesn't even show his face. He just goes, "I'm Uncle Bloomberg and I endorse this." He doesn't even show his face, just his voice. I mean, that's smart.
That is smart.
He knows. He's got the bet.
Yeah.
But eventually he's going to get on the stage, and I think when people see him, I think they're probably going to be like, "Oh, this is Bloomberg." I really do.
I don't know what he looks like even. I mean, I do,
He's a little
but
manlet.
I've seen him, but I don't really know. Like, I haven't seen him, on the debates, so I don't know.
But Trump calls him Lil Mike because he's short.
Oh, he's short. See, I didn't know that.
Hey, guess how tall is Lil
He's
Mike?
5'8".
That's not short.
It's short for a presidential candidate. I mean,
What does that mean?
I mean, it's a weird thing, but all presidents are generally tall.
They gotta be tall.
It's
I
not
think
like they
there's
have to
something-
be, but the
I think-
reality is almost all president, just throughout history, presidents are on average taller than the
I feel
average
like we've
person.
had short presidents in Israel.
George Bush wasn't tall, was he?
W?
Netanyahu's not that tall.
Yeah,
seen him
I don't
next to me
think
before.
he's that
We're
tall.
talking about America here. We like our tall men here.
Well, how tall was George Bush?
W or senior?
Both.
Let's see. George W. Bush is 6 feet.
Netanyahu is 6.
And his dad?
Senior's height is 6'2".
But we
Wow.
had someone
go.
that was 5'7".
Little bitch.
Trump, I think, is like 6'2". Clinton is 6'2".
Wait, whoa.
Sanders is 6 feet.
Sanders is tall.
Wow.
Even at his age. No, he's probably...
Ronald Reagan
he's-
was 6'1".
So
I'm
how
telling
tall
you,
is
it's like it's a
Klobuchar?
thing.
Hang on. Keep going. We're going to find a short president.
Who was
How tall was
the
Teddy
short-
Roosevelt? How tall was Teddy Roosevelt?
Teddy Roosevelt?
I don't think he was a tall guy. He
Height.
was alpha as fuck, though.
Klobuchar is 5'4".
That's true. Teddy Roosevelt was only 5'10".
I can't believe this is an article. Amy Klobuchar, 5 feet 4 inches is a pretty good size for a president.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you crunch the numbers. Well, okay, so we went back to Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy was 5'10", but people were shorter back in the day,
Right.
so that may have still been at or above average. So
What do you make of that?
I think it's like a weird primal thing that we look to our leaders to be big people.
It's like a weird alpha thing.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. I don't know.
Lame. We're so lame.
We got to smash the... we gotta
Shortest president was James Madison, who was only 5'4".
But he was like one of the first.
Yeah, Madison was like what 4?
Because back then, people
They
were
used
like...
to wear high
People
heels,
were
no?
munchkins back then. Oh, you know what's interesting? George Washington was like super tall. He was like 6'2". Back then, that was like a giant.
Interesting.
Let's see, George Washington's height.
I remember.
Google's let me down. It's not coming up with.
I
what's going on.
remember reading that George Washington was of unusually large stature.
It's giving me all of these elevations for the city of Washington D.C.
George Washington.
It's like obviously I'm not asking about that. Google.
George
Here,
Washington
6 feet
got
2 inches.
Wow, yeah. I mean that would be
That's
really tall
huge back
then.
then.
6'4"? How much did you say?
No, 6'2".
6'2".
But back then,
But in the
people were
1700s,
shorter.
yeah, that would be very,
Here
very
it says 6'4".
I think he
Where
was
I'm
6'2".
looking.
The
6'4" is like Abraham Lincoln was 6'4".
I believe that's true. Actually,
And
he was
was
really
real-
tall.
yeah.
He was exceptionally tall. Yeah, it's a
Damn.
weird thing. I don't know, but there have been very few short presidents.
It says the average height of the first 44 presidents is 5 foot 11 inches.
Yeah, which I think would be above the average American.
That's how tall
man's
I
height,
am.
right?
Can I be president?
You just barely made the cut, dude. You're in.
I wonder if you
Climb
just.
2024.
I wonder if taller dudes have that like. When you're like tall, like that tall, like 6'2", maybe you are like more confident or more aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it just plays into the psychology and like
I
people.
think it's how people perceive you.
Yeah.
But that probably has an effect on them too.
Mm-hmm.
I would never want to be president. What a nightmare.
But so Pete, Mayor Pete,
Tiny.
looks short.
He
right?
can never win.
Huh.
He's short.
So he's got
That's
no
really-
chance.
That's really interesting. I feel like he can't win. He's a little man. Same with Mike Bloomberg. It's got to be Bernie because
Pete is 5'8", same as Bloomberg. So there you go.
Lil Pete.
He's a little
5'8"
Pete.
is not that short, is it?
5'8"
Not
is,
short.
is
In the grand scheme
it's
of
on the
things, yeah,
short.
that's
I mean,
maybe slightly below
Really?
average, but
it's slightly
I
below
guess
average.
because I'm used to meters, so maybe it's like I'm not
Like,
really
for
computing.
example, I would say my dad is probably 5'8".
5'8". Yeah, I mean,
the average American's height,
Doesn't seem that short to
American
me.
man's height is 5'10". So there you go. So both Bloomberg and Buttigieg are below 2
So
inches below
they're
that
out.
average.
They're out.
lame.
Anyway, back to the Papa John.
We're actually at 30 minutes if you want to go to break.
All right, let's do that then. So, Papa, throw it to break. We should have got a break.
Oh,
This is Papa John, and we'll be right back.
Next time. Record him on the next phone call.
All right, we'll be right back. 66% of men start losing their hair by age 35, and once you've noticed it thinning, it's already too late. Is that hairline slowly starting to move backwards? Do you have any bald spots yet? Ooh, you starting to sweat? Getting worried? Well, guess what? The best way to prevent more hair loss is to do something about it while you've got some left. It's time to grab the new year by the cock. Oh, follicles. It says follicles. By the balls? Grab it, however you can. Here's to a new year of personal growth. Why do guys turn to weird solutions or do nothing when they can turn to medicine and science to keep the beautiful hair on your head? That's forhims.com. It's a one-stop shop for hair loss, skin care, sexual wellness for men. It's time to write a new chapter, one in which you have hair. No, this is not snake oil. This is not a gas station counter supplement with like a hologram on it. You know those? This is real stuff. There's some weird stuff at the gas station with holograms on it. Beware of those holograms. You know what I'm talking about, Dan?
I do, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure I wasn't talking into the void. Prescription solutions. These are backed by science, guys. There's no more awkward in-person doctor visits or long pharmacy lines. Hims connects you with real doctors online, which could save you hours. It's completely confidential and discreet. You are going to answer a few quick questions. A doctor will review, and they will determine if it's right for you, and they can prescribe you the medicine to treat the hair loss that's shipped directly to your door. This holiday season, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow with Hims. Dive into 2020 hair first. I have a hard time imagining that.
because it sounds like you're falling on your head.
Yeah, you're just like trying to commit suicide or something. But okay, they say dive into 2020 hair first. If I die, at least I got hair. Right now, my listeners can get started with their first month for free. That's right. Go to forhims.com/H3. That's forhims.com/H3. Prescription requires an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Offer valid only if prescribed. 3-month minimum subscription. Additional restriction apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Remember, that's forhims.com/H3. You gotta love this shit. It says, disclaimer must include. What am I, a lawyer? All right, well, there you go. For Hims. There's a big, just so you know, there's a big disclaimer in yellow. So take this with a grain of salt, I guess. Welcome back. We're talking about Papa John. Now, my favorite moment has definitely got to be this moment here. Actually, I got to pull the clip because there was an uncut heart-shaped pizza. And we were like, man, how do you eat this? So I just beast moded it and folded it and threw it. And then Papa, being the legend, went for his own bite afterwards. And I think that was probably my favorite moment. Are you able to find a link to that?
To that particular
Yeah.
part of the episode? I mean, I could dig it up.
Timestamp.
I know approximately where it is.
And then we've also got... So, this is so weird. at like 3 a.m. the day we posted, I'm on YouTube looking at the stats, and I noticed that the video was yellow, and it's removed from trending. So I'm like, what happened? What did we say? You know, and somebody sends me this screenshot, and one of the subtitles. Trying to pull it up here. One moment. Look at this. So my rep at YouTube said that it incorrectly heard Papa, or not Papa specifically, but he said they incorrectly heard a racial slur. So when a video hears a racial slur, it gets absolutely slammed. The views tank, removed from trending, no ads. It's awful. That has never happened to us in our nearly 200 episodes ever. The fact that it happened to Papa John is so
bizarre.
After everything he's been through, similar controversies, and then here,
laundry service. Were they up to something here?
Well, Papa was skeptical, but look, like I'm not going to read it, but it has Papa here saying the N word, which is, by the way, first of all,
this is the auto caption.
Yeah. And I think the auto caption, because they have raters review our 2-hour-long podcast, and I don't know how that's possible. I think the captions inform the reviewer, and then the reviewer goes and listens, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you said the N-word." I was like, no,
not even close.
That would have been newsworthy. We would have been talking about that, not the 40 pizzas, I tell you. But they got Papa saying the N-word. And by the way, why are the captions displaying the N-word
right
censored?
That's true.
Like, how racist of YouTube.
What
algorithm?
Yeah.
And I've tried those captions a million times, like the auto-generated ones. I mean, is it ever usable? Like, not forget accurate, like even usable in the slightest. Like, it's always nonsense. It's just
it's gotten a lot better over the time.
Has it? Okay.
I do think so.
Well, not
well,
that much
before
better.
it just used to be like word salad.
Right.
But now, like, if I'm watching some, when you scroll over a video on your homepage, it will autoplay without sound and show subtitles. So I've watched a considerable amount of a video with just the subtitles. So it has gotten better.
I just can't believe that happened to this guy who lost his company over that word.
They have to. I was like, it must have been removed after I reported it, and they fixed it and everything. But here it is. It's still here. Watch.
They got to be scrappy, and they got to take care of the food.
Whoa. They said they got to take care of the food.
Yeah.
How are they not fixing it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they got to fix the issue that their auto captions are just saying the N-word. Dude.
Areas that really make a really, really good pizza.
You see, it's good. It's super accurate.
We're
Look.
doing a show. You can have
no mistakes.
That means you want to invest in them.
You see any mistakes?
Papa John's, we always wanted to be
it's good.
America's independent pizza.
Right. 100%
because
perfect.
independents make the best pizza because they're right there doing it.
Not a single mistake.
And we were public. We were a big company, but we always tried to act like a family-run business with regards to people and product. And that's what the independents
algorithm
do.
is pretty racist.
Dude, that's so far 100% accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
They have to. They got to be scrappy, and they got to take care of the food.
You know what's funny? It did sound like it, though. I heard it there. Didn't you hear it?
But
he obviously, you got to take care of
the food. But take the rest of the sentence into consideration.
But somebody went and then listened to this. They're like, oh, yeah, he said the N-word. Fuck this video. It's like, you guys
think
got
they saw the flag that there was an N-word, and then they took one look at it and saw that it was Papa John? They're like, oh, yeah, probably.
Honestly, I don't know. But I do think somebody went and listened. And
they are the racist ones.
I mean, you need more oversight. Like, dude, if you're going to say that a reputable channel on a 2-hour podcast said the N-word, you better listen to it twice.
Yeah.
You better see what's the context.
Because it's a big consequence.
Huge consequence. But it's funny because it almost does sound like it, which is funny. I do think that's hilarious.
And we were public. We were a big company, but we always tried to act like a family-run business with regards to people and product. And that's what the independents do. They have to. They got to be scrappy, and they got to take care of the food. It's the food secret. So we're doing
if you don't have it in front of you, you don't hear it.
I think he slipped the N-word in there. No, he obviously didn't. But man, I'm just saying, you better go double check.
I sent you that timestamp video in Discord, by the way.
Thank you. So here's my favorite. So there's like a whole pizza conspiracy. I said shout out to YouTube for screwing us over. But then on a subreddit, enormous support in the pizza conspiracy that blew me away. 20,000 points. People are rallying around the Papa. The pizza conspiracy runs deep. I agree.
They're so quick to remove us from trending.
Oh yeah, I'm finally there. Our podcasts are never there ever. Finally gets there. I was like, cool, we're on trending. 3 hours later, sure enough,
find any reason.
Not only is it off, but our whole video's in the doghouse. I got to tell you, I'm having a lot of difficulties running this show here. We have a 2 hour long. The chances that we don't get fucked for something in a 2 hour long episode, it's like zero. And it's so tedious, If I was on television, if I was on radio, if I was on streaming, if I was on any other medium, I wouldn't have to contend with this bullshit. And like they want us to make shows, they want us to produce high quality content, but they're making us jump through the same hoops as nobody's uploading videos for the first time.
Yeah.
You got to have a different set of rules for us, because I can't be here and produce high quality content for 2 hours with the conditions I have. I need somebody who's actually, if you're going to say that somebody on my podcast said the N-word and remove me from trending and reduce my views, you better have someone double check that shit before you fuck with me, because I'm on here trying to make high quality shit for your platform. Can you call this high quality?
Well,
it has a quality.
I mean, there's like people. I mean, yeah,
it's on the spectrum.
It's on the spectrum.
Definitely on the spectrum.
I mean, we're trying something, Shit.
I get what you're saying though, because I'm the one dealing with it with you most of the time, and yeah, I mean it's a surprise when we don't have an issue with an episode at this point.
And like Zach's been making these really funny song parodies, like of Ian having to pee, like Ian's Flow by Pearl Jam, like Even Flow, and I'm like, these are so great. We're putting all this effort into producing this great content, yet if I put it on the air, we're not only going to get claimed, we might get blocked worldwide, we might get DMCA'd. When I get claimed, you can dispute the content, but they remove all the mid-rolls. They can turn the ads off. I mean, there's so many ways in which I can get fucked. The block worldwide, they just take your video down. You can't dispute it. You can't do anything.
I was just going to say, the block is just insane. That shouldn't be an option. I don't understand. I mean, I don't know if the fans understand, but it just takes it down for everyone. It's just blocked. And then it will be blocked for a few days.
I've been rallying on YouTube about that, and I think they're working on fixing that. But it's extraordinarily broken right now, because it's more powerful than a DMCA takedown, which is supposed to be the ultimate form of removing content by license holders, because it's a legal document. But YouTube's given this tool, block worldwide. There's no legal consequence. You don't have to fill out a legal document. It takes the video down everywhere, and I can't dispute it. It stays down for 3 days. So it's more potent. There's no ramifications.
Yeah.
It's totally abusable. It's just the worst thing for creators right now on the platform.
Also, if you're talking about current events, it can't just be down for 3 days. By the time it'll be back up, it's not relevant
anymore. Not an option. I mean, we have sponsors. We have a schedule. I can't go down for 3 days. It's outrageous. So you end up cutting it. You end up not doing this. You end up all of a sudden you're cutting all this shit, and all of a sudden your show's just not good. It's not as good.
Yeah, that's what keeps happening to us. We keep having to cut stuff.
We have a good idea, and then we're like, we can't do that. And then we have a segment. We remove the whole thing because we'd rather not do it. It's not right. It's not right.
But I mean, to look also at the bright side.
There's no bright side.
We do get to just work ourselves. There's no network to report to or
but
notes.
I mean, right.
to work with.
I guess, but they are kind of giving us notes, and I do feel like at times I'm more restrictive than any notes network can give us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's stupid, and there's no feedback. You're just kind of like,
that's the worst
you're
part.
navigating through some fucking algorithm. At least you're talking to a human being there. It's worse. Right now, it's worse. There's no joy, Hila. And how dare you? Try to be optimistic. Where's the clip you sent, Dan?
I dropped it in our Discord.
I don't have Discord open.
What?
Oh, here it is. Zach is gone today, by the way. He was puking in the office. He brought his coronavirus here.
Yep.
And Ian's gone, too.
Skeleton crew.
Ian's out with the wild card.
That's right.
Because we were supposed to have PewDiePie on Wednesday.
So, are they doing a Valentine's Day thing?
Yeah, he's doing a Valentine's Day with wild card.
Wow,
Pretty epic.
that is epic.
Zach's having a beautiful Valentine's Day. He puked twice here and then went home. He's a trooper, though.
He still came in.
Yeah, he's a trooper.
And I sent him home. I was just like, get out of here, dude.
If I was here, I'd be like, well, here's some Alka-Seltzer. Let's go. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sarah's here. The lovely Sarah. You can switch to yourself. Wave to the camera. Oh, right off. Right off. There she is. Thank you, Sarah. Here is my favorite moment from the Papa John podcast.
We can't rate this.
I don't know why they don't cut it.
That's a Papa John.
Oh, man. You got to watch the whole thing in context.
It's cool.
They
but
don't cut
you
it
still
because
gotta
they'll
cut
never
it.
break
We
your
can't
heart,
rate-
is what
Don't
they
know if
said.
I've ever seen it.
What?
People were
That's
replying.
actually on their website?
I don't know. That we got some replies to
Oh, that's
that.
bullshit. They should cut it like in squares.
the 4 ventricles of the heart. Yeah.
Stupid assholes.
Yeah. Don't they know anatomy at all?
Well, I got to cut it. Somebody's got to cut it.
Now that's a papadilla. That's a new. That's now Ethan's papadilla. That's what that is.
I threw that down.
damn thing.
He spit it
No, I
from
mean, it's a gimmick. I mean, it's a heart-shaped pizza, which is cool, but you still got to cut it.
We can't rate this.
I threw it down. I didn't expect him to
I
go beast
didn't
mode on it.
expect him to pick it up.
I was stoked when I saw him do that.
That's a papadilla.
Yeah,
That is a
exactly.
papadilla.
That's a man of the people right there.
That turns me on.
Actually, you know what? The papadillas came and Ian liked it. He's like, I'm a fan of the papadilla.
Yeah, he was.
Well,
he was down
Ian
with
likes
papadilla.
like fish burrito. I don't know. He likes all the weird
Salmon burrito.
Salmon burrito.
Psycho food. The psycho food. Actually, you know what's funny? We had papadillas. We forgot to bring them out. But when
Well-
I looked at them, it's nothing novel. It's literally just 2 slices closed in on each other. Like
Yeah, it's really dumb.
it was just, man,
We didn't really forget to bring it out. I just felt like it wasn't that
didn't occur.
worthy.
I would have liked to get his in-person take.
I also felt bad because it was a day old.
Yeah, I had ordered them.
I
the day
didn't really
before.
want him
They
to
were-
try that. That wouldn't be very fair.
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting because I went to analytics. I noticed that our views were like flatlining, like the views were just really flatlining when it went yellow. So here you can see it got classified as saying the N-word, and the views are basically about to taper off to nothing. And then here they fix it, and it takes off again. So it was really about to flatline to nothing.
I feel like this graph is not looking that bad.
Dude, it doesn't look bad because they fixed it fast. But if they didn't, this would have flatlined to nothing. But there's no explanation for why this dip, this like heavy curve here. I mean, to me, that's like,
I see.
it doesn't look that bad, but I'm just saying if this went for another day, it would be like flat. We would have missed our opportunity to get views. But it was able to recover because they responded quickly. So, at least that. I am
Yeah.
grateful that YouTube was able to fix it quick enough. Here's a great little video edit you guys might enjoy. A fan made this.
I heard rumors that the phone
This is
call
made by Status Array on YouTube. Deep cut. I would
Notorious
reviews.
phone call, for example, you got a copy of that. Is that true?
Yes.
Does it exonerate you?
Yeah. So yes.
Can we hear it?
I don't know if you can hear it. The company or myself didn't have the tape. Laundry service had the tape. The company got the tape within 10 days, but they wouldn't let me hear the tape until the next year. Here's the beautiful thing is there's a tape from Edison College on that speech, which is, you can get that tape. If you want to see it, I'll send it to you and Ela. The transcript, 2017, is a transcript. There's a tape, and there's a tape on the laundry service. Actually, thank God they got a tape. The tape will protect me because I knew what I said that was a good tape for me. I mean,
You have the tape.
I don't have the tape.
You do not have the tape.
I've not heard the tape.
That was a little funny,
little
little
confusing.
inconsistency there in Papa's story that I saw some comments on. But I was wondering, because he said, I do have the tape, I have heard the tape, and then later he says, I don't have the tape, I haven't heard the tape. I wonder if there was some legal
I
shit.
think so.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I can't say that.
Yeah.
I think it must have
I
been
have
that.
to assume that that's what it is. Yeah.
He's like, oh, wait, no, I haven't heard it, and I don't know anything about the tape. Yeah, that's what I assume. Anyway, great stuff. So we are moving on from Papa.
Oh, no.
It was a great time. It was a great moment. We will have it. We'll cherish it forever. And we've got this beautiful intro.
Thank you, Dan. Let me get my thoughts together here.
Yeah. Fuck you, Dan. So let's move on now. Ela, I've been surfing Instagram, and first it was the food people have captured my heart. The beauty people on Instagram have now captured my curiosity. I mean, this is one of the weirdest videos I've ever seen in my life. Look at the amount of attention that goes to an eyelash. And ultimately, for what? Oh, yeah, you got this music? Thank you. I don't understand the benefit of this. Like,
Okay, so this is
this
before.
is the after.
That's the after?
Oh, I don't
No,
know.
that's before.
I don't know, because it doesn't look any different, but look how much effort goes into. So they put like a guard below his eye and on his eyelid, like silicone. And now they're brushing glue onto the silicone and brushing the eyelashes up onto the glue. More brushing.
I feel like it's all going to just come out.
So now she's brushing, she's putting some kind of like, looks like bleach on his eyelashes. These are just the eyelashes. This is just eyelashes. Remember, like, so now she's brushing.
It doesn't have a lot of eyelashes too, so I feel like no matter what you do, you won't really see much of a difference.
I cannot tell the difference between the beginning and the end. But the amount of grooming that goes into these eyelashes, I mean, it just keeps going.
I don't like it.
Just goo and substance, and now they're dyeing it black. It's already black, but they're dyeing it black now.
Just use mascara.
Right. And now she's wiping off the dye. I mean, God.
It makes me feel
He's got to be getting that in his eye.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Yes. It's very... I was just in shock watching this for the first time.
I just feel like all of his eyelashes are going to fall out at the end. After all this.
Well, I don't know what kind of... Look, what are they doing? Now she's scraping all this black shit off.
I think it's shampoo. I think she's shampooing out the
No.
dye.
The
Don't you say
dye.
that.
Yeah, probably.
They're shampooing his tiny little eyelashes.
No, it
Because
looked like
the
they did
dye, you gotta
shampoo,
wash
and then
it out,
And then
right?
they did conditioner, and then they
God.
did the
Look,
dye,
it's
and
stuck.
now it's more.
They conditioned his eyelashes.
Yeah.
You see those are stuck on the right?
So
I saw that you had this in here, and I watched it, and I agree. This video is insane. I have no idea what's
Fucking
weird. They're
fuck
still
they're
going. So I don't know.
It just reminds me of the clip of the girl who's like ironing her hair and then it all
Falls
comes
out.
off.
So now the big reveal after this like
Here we
30-layer
go.
step, and I mean, so he. It's a guy too, by the way. I thought it was a girl at first. So get a look. I mean, it looks
It looks the
the
same.
same. It looks exactly the same.
It's like nothing.
It actually looks kind of weird. It looks like crabby.
They're all like clumped.
Yeah.
Here's the before and
So-
after.
I can't see any difference.
They should have got someone with more eyelashes.
Exactly.
Like I can't see anything. Anyway, that was a lot of hubbub. I was just blown away by that.
That is mind blowing.
It's
I've
like,
never
damn,
seen that.
Taking grooming to that level. They're like, we did the hair, we did the eyebrows, we did the pubes, the ass hair. What's left? Eyelashes. It's the final frontier, baby. Push it all the way. So there you have it. From Boys Do It Too, which I'm assuming is a gay beauty vlog. It's for gay men to learn beauty tips, Hila.
Why do you say it like that?
Because it says boys do it too. What are you inferring from that?
Could be straight boys that wear makeup and do their eyelashes.
You think a straight guy would do that to his eyelashes, Dan? You just kidding me? No. If you're straight and you do that, you're gay now. I'm telling you, there's no straight man, no matter how feminine, will go through that. I'm being honest. Tell me you disagree, and I'll call you a liar. You know I'm right, man. Come on. Just because you're a Bernie
You're just
Sanders
showing
supporter.
me the video because you secretly want to do it.
That's what I was thinking, is that we should actually...
Can you imagine
should do this
this
on the
like
show.
how out of groomed my whole everything is, and then I'm just so focused on my eyelashes? Like that much effort. I mean, sure, I'll do it. But it doesn't make me gay because I'm doing it for the show.
You just said.
This is God, and you've turned gay. I mean, this is the devil. You know what's going to happen to you once you get your eyelashes groomed? I will have your soul forever.
Wow.
That's what happens when you're gay. You go to hell.
Wow.
Anything else you want to add?
Ethan, this is the devil. Don't groom your eyelashes, otherwise your soul will be mine. Sucking dick is less gay than grooming your eyelashes. Taking a dick up your butt and in your mouth at the same time is less gay than the video we just watched. Right, Hila?
No. Oh, it doesn't work with me.
You pushed the lever! Now I'm enraged!
Oh my god.
Taking a bukkake for 15-minute once on your face is less gay than the video we just watched.
Thank you, Ela. You have the reverb on. So
I need to turn it up.
All right. No, we're good.
Okay. I feel like that video wasn't that gay. You know? I feel like there could be gayer
Taking
stuff.
3 penises at once in the butthole from 3 guys is far less gay than getting your eyelashes groomed. Your soul will be mine for all of eternity.
Cheers!
All right. See, these are fun buttons.
They are.
You guys want to review my bit, my devil bit? Go ahead, Dan. What do you think?
You want to pull out the apology booth?
I think it was a little long. I think it dragged. Could have used less iterations.
You sound like a YouTube comment.
What? I only did it like 3 times.
Well, you did the sucking dick, and then it was 2 dicks, and then it was 3 dicks. And by the
No,
third dick,
that's not true. I said sucking dick, getting fucked in the ass, bukkake. Those are all 3 different sex acts.
There was a dick in the mouth and the ass at the same time.
Yeah, that's
Right.
a different sex act.
Right. That was the 2, and then you said the bukkake thing, and then you said 3 as well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
In the
just
ass.
less iterations.
3 in
Less
the
iterations.
ass.
Right, I get it.
Okay, how about this? How about this?
No,
Going salsa dancing with a platonic female friend is less gay than getting your eyelashes groomed.
that maybe is. That's the first one I agree with. That's true.
There you go.
That's better.
How about here? Let me think of another gay one. That is really gay. How about That's the gayest thing I can do.
Just salsa dancing with a platonic friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we peaked there. There's another one. There was more beauty ones, but that to me was the best. But I'll keep my eyes out. But this is the kind of content that I go on Instagram for. This guy's he's just cruising on like medicine balls. Wait till you see him pass by. He's not touching the ground. He's like bouncing from one medicine ball, rolling from one medicine ball to the other, and there's like 50 of them or more lined up. And he's just,
This is kind of awesome.
it's incredible.
I thought he was gonna fall on his face at some point.
Looked like maybe right at the end there.
That guy has practiced a lot.
It's probably really hard to do.
I think so.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
He's got a whole groupie of fans who probably put this together for him.
Your trainer got you doing that, Hila?
No,
Just riding the balls?
just slamming into my face.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of something that's gayer than going salsa dancing with the platonic friend stuff, but I can't think of anything. There's nothing. That might be peak. Oh, you want to review memes? You want to talk about the Sonic the Hedgehog? Guess let's do it all. Memes. America. China. Coronavirus. This is what we watched of the town hall. The Costanza.
The Costanza, right.
Vape Nation. What is this, from The Mandalorian?
No, it's from Cyberpunk 2077, that game that's coming
Oh,
out.
what? How am I supposed to know that?
Because it says 2077 on it.
Oh, okay. It was actually blocked by the microphone. I just saw it say Vape Nation. Cringe Busters. Just a Photoshop.
Oh, somebody's phone case is what that was, but
Oh wow.
it's pretty elaborate.
Find someone who kisses you the way Joe Biden kisses his granddaughter. Man.
Huh.
What do you make of that, Ela?
A little weird.
You can't kiss your granddaughter on the lips when that's got to stop. It's got to stop. That hurt. Oh, this I love.
I love
Tupperware
this
after you store spaghetti in it. You know that's real. Come on. Even if you like Trump, you got to admit that shit's
so good.
I don't think this is a Photoshop. You went on Twitter and said it's a Photoshop. Your boy Trump has got a fucking...
No, there's a million photos of him like that.
No, but he tweeted this photo and said fake media is photoshopping my face.
Okay.
That's definitely not a Photoshop. Is that makeup or spray tan? I mean, this photo is incredible.
Hard to say. I think it's makeup. He wears a ton of makeup.
It's got to be makeup.
Yeah.
Because how can you achieve that?
This isn't the only photo like that. Is why I know it's not Photoshop. There's a
Bro,
bunch of
this
photos
is
with him where
amateur
you can
hour.
see
You got to
the,
complete. I guess his hair
his
usually
hair's
covered.
getting-
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's makeup. It's definitely makeup. I wonder what he looks like without makeup. Probably not good.
Pale.
Well, old too.
No, just
All right.
That's your boy right there.
Probably the main thing.
Dude, I saw a picture of him today. He's fucking enormous. He is like
large
fat. He's like a beast. I think he's morbidly obese. I saw him in like a really long suit today. I wish I could have the picture. He's like a house, man. Trump is fat. Let's see what kind of images we got here. There's no.
I mean.
I want some 20. Yeah, you got a problem? He's the size of a house, dude.
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Oh, wait. I just saw the photo I just was talking about. Here. Wait, no, this is the one with the face. I'm over it. What am I talking? Get off it, Ethan. It's not even interesting. Jay Station arrested for assault after faking girlfriend's death. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Okay, whatever. Coronavirus outfit, whatever. This, I don't know why this is here. I've seen it a million times. Over that. Papa John, Last Supper. whatever. 10.
Do you not look at these before you come on the show?
I did, but what do you want me to do? They're not that good.
I mean, let's just stop doing this then. You're always like, these suck.
Well, sometimes they're good, but sometimes they suck. Is that not part of the joy?
I guess, I don't know.
Last Supper. I mean, it's okay. It's not that good. You know? This one, I don't even know why it's here. Watching Papa go pound for pound with Ethan confirms he can eat 40 pieces in 30 days. By the way, he didn't go pound for pound. He was taking it by putting it down. I definitely outclassed him. It's not even, let's be honest. 10-point pizza. Papa, give me the rise. Papa, the rise. This, I did like this one. Thanks, Dan. Bobby Lee. Fuck you, Dan. Trisha. Paytas. And Dan, let me get my thoughts together
Thank
here.
you, Dan. Let me get my thoughts together here.
Yeah. Zach on the soundboard. I finally have them all. And this guy's Costanza. Should we stop doing the memes? I mean, I don't know.
I could be down to stop doing the memes.
Philly D embraced the meme. We were recently talking about how I'm the fourth most clickbait YouTuber, Philly D, of all time. And he recently clickbaited me really good. He said, why people are freaking out about H3H3. And he briefly mentioned me talking about, what was it? Bloomberg or something? I don't know. Or Sanders, that I endorsed Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, it was that.
And he goes, he showed a picture of me and he said, thanks for the thumbnail, bro. So there you have it. And I said, Phil, thank you for keeping me. I need to stay in that top 5 because my ego will be.
You mean get into the top 5?
I need to stay in the top 5.
You mean get into the.
Stay. I'm number 4.
Get into.
Such a douche. You know I'm number 4. I don't know why you got to try to take that from me. Have you even, if you want to take it from me so desperately, Dan, why didn't you get the true count?
Right.
You were in the top 5 for YouTubers.
Check the top count if you want to take this from me. Until you can empirically prove, Dan, that these other people like Lawrence.
Okay, I will.
What's her name? What's her name?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence does not have more, because that's what the person who did the crunching cited. There's no way Jennifer Lawrence has been more clickbaited than me. It doesn't make sense. So unless you want to get in the trenches and do the work.
That makes sense. She's a giant celebrity.
But how often is she in headlines?
She was in the news a bunch because she was involved with the fappening thing.
I didn't look at those.
He asked if you did. The quick denial.
That would be really. That would be really.
You were hot. You were real hot with that.
That would be really inconsiderate to look at fappening photos.
That would be terrible.
What do I even say?
No, there's no way that she's getting more thumbnails than me. If you want to say that I didn't get it,
the numbers. I'm gonna crunch. The
okay.
numbers.
Until then, Dan, you better fucking give it up because I'm number 4.
Can I get you on tape, like Papa, right now, saying that this? You're saying top 5 of everybody
Yes.
or YouTubers of everybody?
Everybody of all time.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
Of all time.
All right, it's on.
You want to talk shit? You better back it up. Sonic the Hedgehog reviews are out. We've been tallying our scores. When we watched the original trailer, we're like, oh man, this is going to be like so. This is going to be one of the worst movies of all time. And we originally guessed on Rotten Tomatoes. I guessed 12. Hila guessed 20. Ian guessed 14. Dan guessed 0. Ballsy guess. And Zach 35. Well, since they redid the Sonic and re-released the trailer, we reissued guesses. I guessed 50. Hila kept her guess at 20. Ian, 36. Dan went from 0 to 40. That's quite an about face, quite a flip-flop.
Huh?
And Zach went from 35 to 55. Well, the Sonic movie is out, and we have the results. So, do I have a drum roll still? Dan, are you going to see Sonic tonight?
I am.
Ian's going to see it. Zach said he was going to, or no, Zach's not doing anything. He's in quarantine.
Yeah, exactly.
The results are you ready, Hila?
Yeah.
Are you ready? As I predicted, they did go down from what it was last night. Everybody.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
It is 63%. So, in the end, not that interesting. You know, I guessed 50. I feel like I should have won because Zach guessed last and he guessed 55. That was like guessing $1 in prices, right? But Zach wins.
Zach's the winner. But he's not here, so.
So fuck him.
Yeah, you won. That's it.
So competitive for no reason. I win. But the audience score is 94%.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's just a
who's
meme.
seen it? It's not even out yet.
It's gotta be a meme.
Midnight showing, dude. You know people around the block.
I gotta tell you, I bought my tickets in advance, like a last week, and when I went to go buy it, there was literally no seats sold in the theater. I was the first person to buy, and it's like a 7 p.m. showing tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a week ago.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see how many seats are at like a 8 p.m. show right now.
Yeah, that's
at the local theater. Sonic the Hedgehog. This is going to be interesting. Let's see. Let's look at the ArcLight. That's kind of funny because I don't think anyone will see it at the ArcLight.
That's where I'm seeing it.
8:15. 8:15. Friday night. It's time to go to the movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So let's say 2 adults.
Big debut. Jim Carrey, you know?
You got to see this. It's totally available. The blue is available. The gray is taken.
Oh, no.
That is like fully available.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
That's the 8 o'clock show. Sonic is not. They're not even going to pay Jim Carrey. They're not even going to cover his acting costs. Let's check the. Let's check your show. ArcLight at 7.
That's right.
Oh, people are going to know. Oh no, this will happen after you've already been there.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want someone to go murder my producer. I need him. Yeah, I mean,
Looking a little bit more full, but still
not that impressive.
I mean, this is opening night. So
Yeah, not that
That's
impressive.
not great. I guess. I mean, the ArcLight though.
You want me
it's
to check
little
a
bit of
different one?
Yeah, I mean, like maybe the AMC is sold out. You know.
let's be fair. Let's check a different theater. Regency, Van Nuys, Plant. Let's check 7. People like 7 apparently.
Is this interesting?
I think so. I mean, I know where you're coming from, but I do think so. Oh, Fandango, you cocksucker. They're making me like enter my credit card before I even get to select the seat.
Really?
So,
Ian is hyped for this movie. I don't know if
course
he's
he
really
is.
let that on the show, but he's a Sonic boy at heart.
Ian's a fan of everything, man. Just like Zach. Those two guys love everything. It's like Ian loves Kanye. Ian loves
Ariana
Grande. Apparently, he loved me enough to reach out.
He loves salmon
still loves me.
burrito.
He loves Taylor Swift too.
Taylor Swift.
Ian loved me and you enough to reach out cold and beg for a job. What I've always wondered is if he still has that reverence and love. And I always try to get it from him, but he never quite answers. Used to be a fan. I wonder if he went and worked for Kanye for a year. He would probably hate his guts. So I think I'm doing all right.
Would he hate Kanye?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That seems hard to believe that he would
Yeah.
turn on him with his
like,
level of
Jesus.
obsession.
I just wish that he would look at me with the same reverence. Like, what do I have to do to win his heart back? Jim Carrey did an interview that he's getting called Me Too'd on. Now, here, let's judge for ourselves. He was trending. People were trying to cancel Jim Carrey for this comment and this interview. You tell me what you think about this, Elon.
I already have my opinion.
What's your opinion?
It's bullshit.
You have You have prejudged the
No,
situation.
I saw it.
Oh. Okay.
We'll show it.
And in the film, Sonic has a bucket list. And I was
Yes.
wondering, after all you've done in your career and in your life, is there anything still left on your bucket list?
Just you.
Oh, wow.
That's it. It's all done now.
I don't know what to say to that.
Just own it.
Okay, I'm owning it now. And bucket list. What's been your best bucket list moment in your life when you look back, something you always wanted
What a dumb question. Sorry.
to achieve and you did it? And you think,
It's not. You know what? I'm not going to judge it. These circuit interviews are just a nightmare.
Right.
I've been invited to do this shit, and I was like, never. It's so awkward. You're just one of a million. You're trying to like be unique and stand out,
Yeah.
and you take a photo, and you're like, I'm with Jim Carrey. It's like you're just like another face that they have to.
Also,
They're forced to sit in front of.
Yeah, it's just a chore for him. It's not like
Oh yeah, he does, dude. He
he's
hates.
not there to see you.
No, exactly.
They also always liquor everybody up for these, so like to like loosen them up or whatever. So chances, although Jim Carrey's like a health,
You'd
nut,
have
so
to be a
maybe not,
fool to
so
drink
I
of
don't
this. These guys are professionals. You'd have to be a real dum-dum to actually go there and get drunk.
Well,
Also,
a
it's
lot
like
of them do
they're
that,
they're extremely wealthy. It's like open bar. They're like, oh, I better drink. It's free booze.
I think it's more to just make it tolerable because it's a miserable thing. You just sit there and do interviews over and over again for 10 hours saying the same thing. So
Yeah, I
at least
agree.
you can get drunk.
But I refuse to go there and be like, I'm so special. I'm with Jim Carrey. It's not like that. He hates you. Do you understand? He hates you, and he will not remember you. Well, anyway.
Wow, I can't believe I did it.
There's so many things. Honest to God, they just keep.
So anyway, people were saying that was a Me Too moment.
I feel like he goes on to give us a real answer now, so it kind of was just like making a joke. So I didn't really have a problem with this one.
You know, I heard an alternate explanation that he was saying to be interviewed by you.
That's how I perceived it. Yeah. Because
But
he
even
says
if-
now it's done.
I feel like it was just like a joke, right? Like,
Well, obviously he was joking.
no, I mean, like, even if it's in what you just said, kind of explains what he was thinking as a joke.
But even if he meant, I want to be with you.
I don't think he would say it like that if that's what he meant.
Even if he did mean that, I'm still not offended. I'm really not.
I think that it takes like a few instances or something because we've seen
Keep going.
we've seen stuff
Vin
here.
Diesel.
Right.
Was it Vin Diesel?
Was it him or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
He had, like, a
him.
really
And Ben
bad one.
Affleck like sexually assaulted someone during one of these things. That was awesome.
So
He got all
He did?
drunk and started like grabbing her tits or something.
can't remember.
Whoa.
Or was
I
that the Red
remember
Hot Chili
that.
Peppers? There's been so many great ones.
I don't know, but we've
know,
seen
man.
some where it's clear that it's not cool.
The Vin Diesel
but
one, I
when I
remember.
watched this, I was like, whatever. Clearly, he
having
just made a
fun.
joke.
It's having fun. Come on. I mean, come on.
Who are you kidding?
Why are we even discussing this?
I mean, the way that he phrased it, it's pretty clear the joke
Yeah.
was like the bucket list was that being interviewed by you, not sleeping with her.
But even if it was sleeping with her,
Okay, I mean,
I'm still not offended. He's just goofing around.
Yeah,
He didn't
I think the main point is that you can see that he's just goofing around, and then he goes on to like, whatever, back to the answer. It's not like he keeps actually being creepy about it.
Yeah, like Vin Diesel was like, God, oh my God, you're the most beautiful girl in the world. I feel like I'm in beautiful world. Didn't he say that?
Right.
I feel like I'm in beautiful world. What'd you just send me, Dan?
the Vin Diesel one.
You want to go back for a little? I'm in. Let's watch it again. Fuck it.
First one.
Dude, his voice makes it so. Oh yeah, I remember. You're so beautiful. Why is that happening so many times?
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, this is weird.
God, you're so beautiful.
Dude, this outfit is so off the chain. Hila, do you have any comments on this outfit?
It's up there with Ben Affleck's tattoo.
Plaid,
I think that is the worst outfit ever.
plaid V-neck, super high cutoff leg. Oh my God, there's no sleeve at all. With aviator
Sleeveless
sunglasses,
shirt for a guy is just unforgivable.
unless it's a tank top and they're athletic or
Then
That's a
it's like
different-
fine.
yeah.
But
The only thing would make this shirt worse if there was a hoodie on it.
it's already at that level of bad for me because it's got buttons and it's like plaid.
The aviator glasses.
It's like a serious shirt but with no sleeves.
Also, because he has no hair, there's so much flesh. It feels like he's naked. There's just so much flesh there. He just so much skin.
This is the worst outfit.
What about his voice, dude? Listen to this shit.
God, she's so beautiful. Am I right or wrong? Look at her. How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Thank you.
She's so beautiful.
No,
Come
that-
on, man.
Yeah, I think he is
Creepy
drunk.
behavior.
Yeah, he's drunk.
Tell me
They
your
got him,
story.
Dan.
tell me yours. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's
yeah,
go have
that's
lunch.
inappropriate.
My God, I love her. Look how beautiful she is.
Well, who are you talking to?
God.
Dude, the
Wow.
Hopefully not your PR person.
Wow.
He's talking to his PR person. You cut, if you look off the screen, they're like, look how beautiful she is. No. I love his voice, man.
And he thinks the guy is just saying she's not beautiful, so he keeps arguing with him. He's like, look at her.
Yeah. She's like, no. She's fine. Yeah. She's not beautiful. She's not beautiful.
Tell me.
I found out that you are a nerd like me. You love Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm anything like you because I love you.
Oh, so beautiful.
I'm anything like you because I love you.
You know what's the worst is when you get that drunk, you think you're being charming. And they're laughing because it's awkward, but you're drunk, so you like get a little like, you get like a drunk lobotomy. You just, and you're like,
But you know,
you're so beautiful.
he wasn't drunk when he put on the outfit.
Well, it was in. We don't know that, but it was in his suitcase or wherever. He bought it sober, presumably. You're so beautiful. We got to soundbite something from this. I love this interview. You're so beautiful. Oh my God. Do you think she's flattered or over it?
She's over it.
You don't think she wants to fuck Vin
She
Diesel?
can't do her job. She's trying to ask a question.
Yeah, she's like, tell me your story.
He's not even taking her seriously.
Yeah, it's not good content. But do you think that she
might go with him.
Yeah, Vin Diesel. Come on. But still, let's get the interview at least.
Guys, really? Look how beautiful she is. You guys think it's a joke. How am I supposed to sit up here when I'm looking at such beauty? Come on, guys.
By the way, she's pretty, but it's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like,
She's his type or something.
he's just drunk. She's like,
Yeah,
she's
that's
like,
more likely.
she's like, attractive, and he's drunk, and he's like, oh.
So beautiful. I'm in love.
He's in love.
With the interview.
So you
He's like,
Is he doing it? I'm in love with the Coco joke.
Yeah.
Right there? Oh Jesus.
yeah, this is such a train wreck. How's this guy a movie star? He's like an incel. I'm getting incel vibes from Vin Diesel.
With the interview.
so you play Dungeons and Dragons.
I played Dungeons and
So
Dragons.
I brought you.
I did say I'm putting it.
Did you? Eu sou o Groot.
How do you have a voice like that?
Yeah.
How is this? It sounds like somebody pitch shifted his voice in his throat.
Eu sou o Groot. Eu.
I love her. Man, she's so fucking sexy. It's not, I can't do this interview. Look at her.
Eu sou o Groot.
You know what he probably does to get girls off? He doesn't even have to, like, when he's going down on girls, he probably doesn't have to, like, do, cunnilingus. He just goes, and the vibrations are so deep and, like, it's so vibrating. It probably just gets him off, just his voice right in there. He doesn't have to do anything. He just goes, oh, you're so beautiful. And it's like so bassy. You know when you like turn the bass up and shit like vibrates like crazy? That's probably how he gets women off. He goes, fucking up my voice.
Guys, what's wrong? Am I the only one that's saying, look at her?
What's wrong?
Bro,
Everyone is
yeah.
like,
Fucking beautiful. It's like you can't even do an interview with her because you're just like da 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 da
See,
da da. Right or wrong?
that is
Someone
what
save me. When did this turn into beautiful?
would go on Twitter.
Beautiful world has got to be the worst line of all time.
into a beautiful world?
He thinks he's so charming right now too. That's the worst part.
That turns me on.
All right, Vin Diesel. Wow, he's 52. He's still doing Too Fast, Too Furious.
Hell yeah, baby.
When did this turn into the most gorgeous girl in Brazil? When did this turn into I love
Oh,
you?
she looks so
Thank
uncomfortable
you
there.
so much.
Yeah.
That's the end of the interview. That's all she got.
I think someone was like, our time is up, because she was like, she nodded. Like,
Because you only get 2 minutes with them.
Right.
And she's like thought about this. She's planned. She's prepared. She may have even flown in from Brazil for this interview. And then what sits down in front of her? Drunk Vin Diesel. She got this for 2 minutes. She's like, so tell me about yourself. She's going to take that back to Brazil. Never work again. So what do you get? We sent you out to L.A. That was a huge expense for us, you know. Here's what I got. I think I fucked up my throat for a week doing that. All right. Bloomberg. Here we go. Let's get into the Bloomberg hole. We've talked about Fuck Jerry here. We've talked about Fuck Jerry on our channel. They're behind this. I knew it from the minute I saw this because he posted on Fuck Jerry, but he also posted on all the top meme accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you what went down. Let me show you the one on Fuck Jerry specifically. Here. Why can their name be Fuck Jerry? And I can't even say their name without my video being fucked. Jerried.
Yeah, actually.
Like,
probably get yellowed on this highlight because you just said fuck in the
like
first.
why can their name be Fuck Jerry?
Well, it's Instagram.
What am I doing wrong?
We should turn this into an Instagram TV podcast.
The one thing I have thought about though with I don't know. I don't want to do it and I'm far from it, but like what can you do? A subscription based thing where it's behind a paywall? I mean, that's so lame.
It feels so lame. I don't know.
It's not anything I'm really seriously considering, but it's just like at a certain point, you want to make a high quality show, and you can't do it here. That's why our show sucks. Not my fault.
Definitely.
He goes, hello, Jerry. My granddaughter showed me this account. Your memes are very humorous. Can you post a meme that lets everyone know I'm the cool candidate? What did you have in mind when you're the cool candidate? Oof. That will cost like $1 billion. What's your Venmo? And then they says, he does look pretty cool. And yes, this really is sponsored by Mike Bloomberg.
I
Can you
couldn't
believe
believe
that shit?
that it was real until I saw that they said that it's real.
Well, then you realize.
Yeah. So, what do you think happened? He has like a media, kind of like the laundry company.
I
Media
think he's
service.
hired everybody in the industry.
Yeah. So then
Everybody.
they're like,
except me.
we should approach meme pages.
Everybody in that media. I mean, it's insane. The amount. It's almost like shameless. It's like $300 million in a quarter. Everybody in media is now just working for him. I wonder what ungodly amount of money he got for this, too. It's like, oh, Mike Bloomberg? Yeah, double the price. Why hasn't Mike approached me? I want some of that Bloomberg money. You know what I'm saying?
Where's your meme page?
This is way better than a meme page. Would you do a sponsor for Mike Bloomberg?
I don't know.
$500,000. Bloomberg money. He's like, here's $500,000. Here's what I would do. I would say, yes, Mike Bloomberg. I'll take your money. I'll say your name. I'll say, I've been paid to say that Mike Bloomberg is this. I've been paid to say Mike Bloomberg is that.
Mm-hmm.
These are not I'm not endorsing Mike Bloomberg. I've simply been paid to tell you he
that
exists.
is what they did here.
Yeah, but I feel like this is they're saying he's cool.
Well, they're saying it does look pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're meta. It's like a meta endorsement. It's like they knew
It's
that
not, but they're not really like endorsing him.
it's a cosign. It is kind of a cosign.
So what you described that you would do would also be a cosign.
Yeah, it would be. It would be ultimately.
So you just sold out.
Virtually, yes. For $500,000, I'd go. Yeah. You wouldn't do it for $500,000?
What about the Yang Gang?
Gang's out.
And the burn. I'm feeling the burn.
Yeah, I'm feeling the burn of $500,000. It should be in my pocket. That's not. It's burning a hole right through it. Anyway, pretty shocking stuff here.
Yeah.
But it's like, what am I? Clearly, he had nothing to do with this. He's an old guy. He doesn't understand Instagram. He has nothing to do with
So
this.
what is the granddaughter story made up?
Yes. Well, each one, you see. I was like, why would you ask me that? He goes, here's one on, I don't know. Whatever. Trash Can Paul. I don't know what all this shit is. A lot of them are owned by Fuck Jerry. Hello, Paul. Congratulations on your followers. I actually have my own meme page. Just starting out. Don't judge. Trying to get my numbers up. Would you be interested in joining a like-for-like group with me and some other candidates? Okay, Boomer. And yes, this really is sponsored.
See, but they're all being kind of like fine.
Because you have to be.
Sponsored. They're not.
You have to be meta. Otherwise, it would be a disaster. But you have to understand that.
I just can't believe that we've come to this, I guess. That's what's really shocking.
But fuck, fuck Jerry is like...
Presidential candidates sponsoring memes.
He's reaching people where they are. That's what they said. He's not wrong. But the fact that Fuck Jerry is doing their media is just makes me sick that these guys are still doing... These guys are just unscrupulous. They suck. They just suck.
It's the Fire Festival people.
Yeah, they did the Fire Festival. They've been stealing memes before that. I mean, they suck.
Like, imagine being the Bloomberg campaign and deciding, get me the Fire Festival guys.
They produced the document. They produced the documentary on the Fire Festival, and then when it turned out to be a scam, which they knew it was, they sold it to Netflix and produced a exposing Fire Festival.
Well, they did more than just the documentary. They were doing the marketing for it.
Right.
No, they were involved.
It's like somehow they twisted that to their advantage and ended up, I don't know, man. It was so shady that they made that documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, we didn't know anything.
And they minimized their involvement because
they were deleting comments on Instagram.
Yeah.
Fuckers. Anyway, Mike Bloomberg. I was on the fence. I'm going to be honest. I was on the fence about Mike because I'm like, he does have experience, yada, but I'm out. Mike's out for me after this shit. Any association with Fuck Jerry is dead in the water. Anyway, I've endorsed Bernie Sanders officially.
Yeah, come on.
I am endorsing Bernie Sanders for president.
It's the Larry David of version of a president.
Larry David's cousin.
We must get the 1%. Mike Bloomberg is in the top 1% of 1%. We must get 50% of that 1% and give it to the bottom 99%. And then 32% of all young people and student debt, we're going to take that 23% and turn it into 0%. And then 50% of the nation will be rise out of poverty, and the top 1% will be forced to pay for their health care. I endorse Bernie Sanders for president. I do. I donated $1,000 and announced it on Twitter. It was big news. People said, wow, Ethan Klein?
You made it into a Philip DeFranco video as a result.
Right.
That's big news.
So there you have it.
You're in the thumbnail.
I was in the thumbnail, baby. His title was, people are freaking out about H3. It was like, well, nobody's freaking out. I'm always surprised by his titles. Like, nobody's freaking out. He uses that so much. It's like, come on, dude. That doesn't work. You can't keep saying people are freaking out.
I don't think you can really criticize titles anymore.
Yeah.
After the approach that we've taken. Jack's Films announced that he's having a baby.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. I mean, obviously, it's like a little cheeky.
I hope that comes across to people that when we make those ridiculous titles, like we're trying to be funny and not just entirely lie to you.
I mean, it's just, I think we're trying to be a little cheeky, but this whole thing of saying, like, unironically, people are freaking out. Like, when are people actually freaking out? Like, when can you warrant saying that?
People freak out over shit all the time. It's just people. Who's people?
I think
some randos on Twitter.
When I think of freaking out, I mean, that's so extreme. That's like what people do when there's like a shooting. They're like, I'm freaking out. Like, you're like running and screaming. That's freaking out. Right?
I guess.
Like, nobody freaked out about me endorsing Bernie Sanders. And he does freaking in all caps. When do people ever freak in all caps out? Pearl Harbor? 9/11? Go ahead. People don't freak out in all caps.
They may freak out about your gay jokes today.
I doubt it.
You're trying to,
We'll
trying
see,
to
though.
boost those Philly D numbers.
Yeah, I know, exactly. We'll see. I'm working on the inside to get those numbers up.
To freak out is a wildly irrational reaction or spell of behavior. That is the dictionary definition.
Wildly
Freaking out.
irrational.
Wildly irrational. So
I
it
mean,
just
the fact that it's wildly, that's extreme behavior. Like, freaking out is like punching a hole in the wall. It's not just being like, ugh. But I doubt people even did that. Anyway, what do you think about Mike Bloomberg buying out media on meme pages, Dan?
we live in hell is what I think about it. It's awful. I mean, fuck all those meme pages anyways. It's awful content. For reasons we've litigated on the show in the past. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's just this is just dystopia. Like, it's just, it makes me feel so bad.
I'm surprised people are following these pages. The shit is just so stupid.
Like, all the famous people follow all this stuff.
Yeah. Here's all the memers involved. It's called Meme 2020. They started a new company. So stupid.
Right, which we found out.
you-
Meme 2020 is most of the executives from Jerry Media. Apparently, the main dude, the Elliot, whatever his name is technically not part of this.
Yeah,
but,
whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, who cares? All these guys are in on it together.
Right.
Don't you feel like you're being pandered to with all... Like, these guys are not funny. If you watch them in a documentary, they're not funny at all. Like, don't you just feel so pandered to? Meme 2020? It's like, when you can't monetize memes. Otherwise, it's just not funny anymore. Meme 2020? These are just guys trying to be businessmen. Anyway, one of them that they used was white people humor. So Mike Bloomberg bought a media buy on white people humor. So congratulations to him. And do you even lift? So there you have it. Congratulations, Mike Bloomberg. He's going to spend like $1 billion and not for like nothing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
And all these people, it's just so much money to be made. Damn. So there you have it. Mike Bloomberg said, here's their statement on the matter. You can tell me what you think about this, Hildoggo. Mike Bloomberg 2020 has teamed up with social creators to collaborate with the campaign, including the meme world. Sabrina Singh, senior national spokesman for the Bloomberg campaign, said in a statement, while a meme strategy may be new to presidential politics, we're betting it will be an effective component to reach people where they are and compete with President Trump's powerful digital operation.
See, it's so cynical. It's because some focus group they realized that in 2016 Trump like won the meme war, so to speak. Like his supporters, like all the 4chan people and everything, like had that kind of organic internet support happening for him. And just like everything in life, he thinks he can just buy that. And what does he do? He goes and hires the fucking Firefest guys, just like the most incompetent, lowest common denominator shit memers out there to be like, to just kind of like artificially give him what he perceives Trump to have. And it's like, it's not going to fucking work. It's just going to make people think that you're a loser. Like,
well,
and I've already seen like the backlash to it is bad. Like all of the other, like all the meme pages on Instagram that aren't a part of this are just dogging on all these pages now. So, I mean, who is this even for? Like, who's going to support Bloomberg?
Well,
because
I
of
think
this?
you're actually wrong, because the initial post, like on Fuck Jerry, I saw everybody thought at first, before people started making fun of it, I saw everyone thought it was hilarious. And a lot of people in my friend network were liking it and commenting and doing laughing emojis.
Your friend network?
Like I saw people were
people
like,
that you're friends with.
liked it.
Do you think that they thought it was fake though?
No, I think they thought it was real and that it was funny.
Oh, Jesus.
But the big difference between Trump is that it was a grassroots meme campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's so obvious
I don't like
that
Trump, but like that shit was funny. Like because
But
it was.
also, Trump is just on Twitter all day, and he's good at it.
He's
that's
a good
true.
poster.
He
knows
is
how to
good on
post.
social media.
Right.
And the shit he tweets is just so outrageous and
Yeah.
it's so funny. It's just so ridiculous. But Mike Bloomberg, I know, had no involvement, doesn't understand social media.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's not, this isn't something he cares about. While Trump is on social media, he actually memes hard.
He's like a top tier poster. Like him or not, you have to.
Yeah. And it's a grassroots campaign. So it's the difference. Yeah. But that being said, it did seem to work because before, like, go to one of the, here, let me just pull up Fuck Jerry and like give you, for example, the reaction.
I wonder if they're back. That was the other aspect we didn't mention is that most of these pages are private normally. But I think as part of this, they were paid to become public to get as many eyes on it as possible. Normally, you have to follow them to see their
I think
page.
they went private like that only after all the backlash, right? Yeah. It wasn't always like that.
It wasn't always like that.
So the post has 414,000 likes.
It's a lot.
And like clapping and like smiling, laughing emojis. Wows. The choice is clear.
Oh, boy.
Tom Sawyer paid us $10K to not like this. Oh, you know what they're doing? They're flooding the top with their own meme pages.
Oh,
to
great.
drown out the criticism.
Right, because
they can remove
comments,
their
they
own.
always
They can
bump up big accounts, right?
Well, we know that they've removed comments before, so
Yeah,
they would.
Right.
Yeah.
They totally would.
But just for example, let me look at how his normal posts do. Actually, they only post videos now for some reason because... Oh, I see. Yeah, so here's a normal post from the next day afterward. And it has 360,000 likes. Do you know what's so embarrassing? It's just a stolen tweet from this person. They barely keep the name in just so that they can say they gave credit.
Yeah.
They like cut her face out and barely left the Twitter name in and cut it off kind of.
Oh.
Katy Perry comments on it. Goals.
That's what I mean. That is so weird to me.
It's not even theirs. It's not even their content. Goals, Katy Perry said. I mean, what is wrong with you? Why would you...
Soul crushing.
What the fuck? You know? Here's a picture from a week earlier. It has 230,000 views. Likes. So
yeah, so
that one was really high performing.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
These guys are really like bottom tier shit tier. You know, all the hoops we have to jump through here, and these guys just post whatever the fuck they want. There's no rules. He even has fuck in his name. Like, all the shit I have to go through, it's Facebook. I mean, man, Facebook is the enemy of the people as far as I'm concerned.
Well, their moderation is just not
moderation. They don't care.
I mean, they like.
So what's with all these brands on YouTube? It's like, oh, we got to protect the brands. Meanwhile, on Facebook, their CPMs are insane, and they don't give a fuck about anything that's on their platform.
I mean, they theoretically do remove stuff.
Theoretically.
But yeah, it does seem like it's a lot less intense.
Oh, we have to protect our brands. Meanwhile, Facebook's like live stream live streaming a person going on a mosque and murdering people.
Yeah.
They're like, no one cares. They're like, keep the ads going. Keep the ads going.
God.
Oh, we have to protect our ads. Public John said the N-word. We're going to remove your video from trending. Oh, he didn't? Whoops. Live streaming a school shooting. Oh, keep the ads.
Well, I'm sure that did get taken down. I would hope that got taken down.
Yeah, but the platform's fine. When that happens on YouTube, the platform gets taken down and everybody dies. Facebook, There was a Facebook feed where they some dudes kidnapped a Trump supporter who was like low IQ, and they held him
Remember that?
as a hostage and beat the shit out of him and tortured him on Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. The platform's fine. There's no problem there. Let's keep the ads running.
This is why we needed Yang, because I feel like someone like him might actually enforce something.
Well, I'm hoping that Bernie will have a cabinet position for Yang in the technology sector.
That'd be dope.
Oh, we gotta keep a low IQ individual captive and torture them live. What's your CPM, bro?
Should we say that Yang dropped out in case that anyone?
Oh, Yang dropped out. Sad day.
It was pretty sad.
Yeah, he had his moment, but people just, I don't know, for some reason. I mean, he was on the stage. He had a really good performance. And I don't know, he had his moment, but
I think it's
people
just
never
too
took him
soon.
seriously.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say maybe next time if he runs again.
Yeah, I mean, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, he had a much bigger mountain to climb than a lot of the other candidates that are really, public and well known and vetted and everything. I mean, he literally came out of nowhere and did really well for himself considering that. I mean, polling above. I mean, he outlasted U.S. senators and like Beto O'Rourke and Kamala Harris and like all of these like major political figures. So I mean,
What's it, Beto?
Feel
or
good about
is his name Beto O'Rourke or Beta O'Rourke?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I thought that was funny. I agree, and there's a world of opportunity now for Andrew Yang. So he's gonna be good. He's gonna be just fine. This quarter alone, he spent $200 million. In total, he spent $310 million on ad buys.
You're talking about Bloomberg again?
Yeah.
Gonna jump back into that.
So
everyone else included, including Trump, was 115.
That's what blows my mind is that when you're even including the other side of the election, and he still outpaces by so much.
He has accepted no donations. He is the 9th richest person in the world. Wow. Fuck me. Dude, that level of wealth is just ungodly. He's right behind the Zuck, actually. 50. He's 77. Can we get all these old fucks out of here? God, I just want a young guy to be president, man.
That would be nice.
Jeff Bezos is far and away number one.
The younger guys are like someone like Zuck and Bezos. They're thinking to themselves, we already run the country. We don't need this
president's
shit.
just liability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloomberg's just bored. He's like, I'm retired. I got nothing better to do. Let's look at this. Jeff Bezos, number one with $131 billion. Bill Gates.
Is this pre-divorce or?
This is from 2009, so
2019.
19,
That net worth might be pre-divorce.
I think so.
I think that's probably still all being litigated. I mean, and probably will be for years. That's going to be a long process.
I think he's going to be right back on the top, even if even if he loses $30 billion in the divorce, he's still number one. Okay.
Even if he loses how much?
$30 billion. He's still number one.
How did you get to 30?
Because I remember hearing that she got $30 billion.
Oh.
Yeah, see, these rankings are from 2019, but I think they're from earlier in the year. I just pulled up a thing because I thought I remembered. And yeah, sure enough, I think because of the divorce and everything, Bill Gates has topped Bezos. Bill Gates is now the richest person in the world again.
Mm-hmm.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Loser.
No.
Bill Gates has a cool $96.5 billion. Warren Buffett, $82.5 billion. Bernard Arnault, I don't know who that loser is. Oh, he's French? Oh, I think that's the guy who owns...
It's Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, all the high fashion companies. Isn't that crazy? Jesus.
That's the case for that Spanish guy on there, too. Is
They don't just own Louis Vuitton, by the way. This company owns like every luxury brand.
Yeah.
I'll read you. It's pretty shocking. Corporate, let's see, subsidies. This is going to blow your mind. Fendi, Marc Jacobs, Louis Vuitton, Kenzo, Givenchy, Fenty. They have Fenty and Fendi.
Yeah, Fenty.
Dior.
The Rihanna.
Those are all huge brands. Tiffany & Co. they own.
Bulgari.
Dude, their portfolio is crazy. They own Hennessy, alcohol.
Oh, wow.
There's actually like 50 companies here.
Christian Dior. Emilia Pucci.
Very impressive.
Everything is all really big brands.
In Mexico, Carlos Sim coming out at a cool $64 billion. What does this asshole do? Mexican business tycoon. Investor, philanthropist. I love how they're all philanthropists. It's like, yeah, I would be too if I had $60 billion. You know what I mean? Oh, he's a philanthropist. Yeah, fuck off. You shit all over the earth. To make $60 billion, you know how evil you have to be to make $60 billion? Just by the very nature of it.
Looks
I feel like
this guy
Bezos is like the shittiest billionaire.
Jeff Bezos is by far the shittiest billionaire. I don't know anything about this guy. And, we've had discussions about good Bill Gates. I like Bill Gates. He's donating all of his wealth when he dies. Jeff Bezos is a fucking sleazeball.
At least give your employees like a proper bathroom break, It just sounds like...
You're worth $131 billion. Just take 10 of that and spread it out. Pay your employees a little more. Your margins can be a little tighter. You can afford it, dude. He just bought the most expensive house in Los Angeles. It's like all over the news. $165 million for him and his girlfriend. It's so lavish. It's like, bro, can you not flex? Just buy the second most expensive.
I think it was the biggest residential real estate purchase ever in the country.
Really?
I saw a thing. That
165 mil.
Record setting, yeah.
And by the way, do crunch this. What is $165 million as a percentage of $131 billion, if you would?
135 million?
165 million. That's what the house cost.
I see.
What percentage is that of 131 billion?
Some big numbers.
Yes, big numbers. Don't forget a digit.
How many billions does he have?
131 billion.
Jesus fucking Christ. God, I mean, it's what 0.12%. It looks like, yeah, 0.1%.
Seems high. So it's like 1/10%.
Yeah, right. You think that sounds high?
So if you have 100, so you said it's 0.1%. So 0.1% of $100,000, to put it in context. If you have $100,000, that's like spending $100. He bought the most expensive house ever sold.
In this country, at least. There's probably some castles in Europe or some shit.
For $100 of $100,000. God damn, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Jeff Bezos is. And meanwhile, it's like,
Hey, Jeff, enjoy your time up there, because when you die, you're all mine.
nice bet.
That's all right. I like it.
I like it.
I don't like it. Bloomberg, Yang is out. I endorse Bernie Sanders. Amber Rose got a tattoo on her face that may rival Ben Affleck. Tell me what you think. Check it out.
It
says
does not.
It doesn't? It's a fucking huge tattoo on her forehead that says It says bash slash. I don't like it. Go ahead and explain why that's not worse.
I don't like it though.
I don't like it. She says she's been making comments about it. She says beauty is not what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside that counts. Inside my pussy and inside my heart, she said.
That's funny.
Words of wisdom.
She says, she goes on, for the people that are telling me I'm too pretty for a face tat, I didn't say that.
Are you saying she's not pretty?
Well, she's a little beat. She's seen better days.
What?
Pretty though.
She's got so much plastic surgery.
Yeah. I mean,
No, well, that's like a highly photoshopped image of her. Like
True.
here, let me show you what's really going on with her. Daily Mail. Oh my God, she's dating the Joker. I mean, she's kind of a mess, if I'm being honest.
You're being too harsh.
yeah, you went to.
Well, I'm
She's a
not.
pretty lady.
Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh. I mean, it looks to me like she's wearing a.
I mean, she looks insane in that fucking outfit.
Look at that
I don't
outfit.
know
I
what's
mean,
going
it's
on
not
there.
flattering either.
No, it's not flattering.
She's wearing like a leopard skin trash bag.
You know what she looks like? She looks like when you pull the MeUndies all the way up to your chest.
Right. By the way, I always wondered, is the arms attached to the body or is it separate?
Attached.
Oh, it's attached. What do you make of this outfit? I mean,
I think, Ethan, gotta tell you, I
Go ahead.
gotta break it to you.
go ahead.
Gotta break it heavy here.
Go
You're
ahead.
talking about Trump, you're talking about Amber.
Yeah. I didn't call her fat. I was just saying that, sometimes people get all this plastic surgery and they don't age gracefully.
She's a pretty girl.
Okay. Would you fuck her?
I'm not into girls.
No. Go ahead, Eli. You're making a point.
I'm just saying, sometimes you just gotta.
She's 36. She's the same age as me. 2 years older. What? What? Say it. Say literally what you're trying to say. Just finish your thought.
You just gotta look at yourself
Mm-hmm.
and
Go ahead.
that's it.
Well, I didn't call her fat. And by the way, Trump, she's not fat. I didn't call her fat. Trump has made fun of people for being fat. He calls people fat all the time. And I do think
Yeah.
it's slightly ironic and funny that he is a big fatso.
That is true.
That being said, I mean, yeah, I'm fat. I acknowledge that too. I'm a monster. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? But the fact that Trump is actually like enormous is funny, because he makes fun of people's appearance. He's like a bully,
Yeah.
and he tries to hide it by wearing these ridiculous long suits. But he's huge.
But I feel like in her case, she's making a good effort to look good. It's not really like.
What did I even say again? I don't remember. I was just making fun of her face tat.
I guess you said she looks beat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It was
did.
something
I
like
said
that.
she looks beat. What can I do? I think she looks beat. It's my take. You could say the same thing about me, but
That's my point. But
I guess I'm not getting fit. Let's talk about the face tat. Do you think I'm being sexist?
no,
Okay.
not sexist.
Judgmental.
Yeah.
Overly judgmental.
Yeah.
She looks beat. I'm going over the comment in my head. Well,
Her tattoo looks ridiculous, but I mean, without the tattoo, I don't think there's anything wrong with her. She's a pretty lady.
okay.
She's ruining it with the tattoo.
I
is what
agree.
would
Yeah.
say.
I agree. I just
But even that is subjective,
I suppose.
I don't think so. I
It's
think
a
that's an
slash
objective
bash.
comment.
I mean,
Well, then she goes on to explain. She says, for people telling me that I'm far too pretty. Well, don't you think that's just a little arrogant? I'm far too pretty for a face tat. I don't see people saying that. Okay,
Ben just
focus,
said that.
Ethan.
We
For
literally
peop-
just
yeah,
said that.
okay. She's way too pretty for a face tat. Anybody's way too pretty for a face tat. That's the point.
Okay.
We're all beautiful snowflakes, and nobody should have face tats. We're all too beautiful. I'm way too pretty for a face tat are the same people that would tell me I'm too pretty even if they thought I was ugly and lie to me, lol. No grammar. Lie to me, lol. Or they would just tell me I'm ugly. Ha ha. So either what you're going to do. The moral of the story is do whatever the fuck you want in life. Mova. Moi. Moi. So it says bash slash.
It's her kids' names.
kids' names, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bash is short for Sebastian, and then her other kid is just named Slash, which is a little odd.
I mean, I don't like the tattoo, but I don't like a lot of tattoos lately. So
I do think
I
that
think it's just a matter of taste. I don't think necessarily this one is that bad. We've seen way worse,
I don't know.
in my opinion.
Okay. Well, I have another one that you can judge. Chris Brown Chris Brown recently got a face tattoo. This is a trend. This is a fad. This face tat things that I think people
Well,
are
I
gonna.
think we know who started it. Our friend Post Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone definitely popularized the face tats, and in his case, I've gotten used to seeing them.
I mean, I guess he didn't start it. Like,
He popularized
yeah,
it, I would
he
say.
popularized it.
But like now, you got people like Chris Brown putting sneakers on their fucking
This
hair.
one I don't like.
And it looks like his facial hair is the tennis shoe. Why would you do that? to
This one
yourself?
is really dumb. Why a shoe?
Dude, I hate Chris Brown.
Why
When I
is
hear
it
him on the
shoe
radio,
nice?
shoe nice. It's Jordan. When I hear
Why you got a shoe on your face?
whenever I hear Chris Brown on the radio, I skip it off so hard. He's such a douche. He's a criminal.
This one's bad.
Worse than Bash Slash.
Yeah,
I just hate how it's part of his facial hair.
me too.
This is horrid.
But I also hate that it's just a shoe.
Does this like have to do with Kobe? I mean, they look like
Also-
Jordan.
No, it's the Air Jordan.
Actually, her tattoo had to do with Kobe. She did it after what happened to him and his daughter.
She was inspired
Yeah.
to face tat.
Hmm.
I had some other in that doc that were inspired by Kobe.
But
Oh, you do?
Yeah. If you scroll down.
I mean,
in Chris Brown's case, I don't know. I really don't
look
like
at
it.
this.
It's like literally just a shoe on your face.
God, Aaron Carter is such a
This
psycho.
one's awful. I think we've seen this one, no?
It's like,
I
what?
don't know if we looked at it on the show, but
Maybe not on the show.
Yeah.
What a
Jesus.
mess, bro. Your life is a mess. Dude, no matter what kind of turtleneck and like sophisticated glasses and slick back hair,
Yeah.
your life is always a mess, bro, forever. Look at that.
In this case, it also looks like just a bad like drawing.
It's like
I
an
don't
amateur
know
tattoo.
what is going on there.
It's just a fad. I hate to say it, but this whole face tat thing, people are going to be having a lot of regrets in 10 years from now. I think. Bash and Slash going to be like, Mom, what the fuck is wrong with you? Thank you for this note, Dan. He wrote, Amber Rose is a model and actress. So thank you
Where?
for that. At the end of this, there's a bullet point that says, Amber Rose is a model and actress.
So a lot of times we're talking about these people and we're like, who the fuck is this person?
I know who she is.
Okay.
I would look it up before using the story. Okay, speaking of Trump, tell me if this is peak insanity or not. Just watch this press statement of Trump
By the way, means
and tell me if this is peak insanity.
saying
If we've
criminal in
reached it.
China for drugs, by the way, means that's serious. They're getting a maximum penalty, and you know what the maximum penalty is in China for that, and it goes very quickly. It's interesting. We have Singapore, they have very little drug problem. We have China, they have very little drug problem. States with a very powerful death penalty on drug dealers don't have a drug problem. I don't know that our country is ready for that. But if you look throughout the world, the countries with a powerful death penalty with a fair but quick trial, they have very little, if any, drug problem. That includes China. Saying criminal in China for drugs, by the way, means that's
unsettling.
serious. They're getting a maximum penalty, and you know what the...
Thoughts?
What?
Is that max insanity? He's admiring countries who execute drug dealers
Quickly.
quickly and
Jesus.
fairly.
Well,
Doesn't shock you? Can you do?
I don't know. He did so much that shocked me already that I'm just like... it's just
We
another-
love executing drug dealers. That's peak insanity, though. I sold drugs. Should me and you be executed?
Right. That's a good point.
Good point.
Now we're God-fearing citizens who pay our taxes.
God fear?
Well, it's just what you say. Good citizens fear God and pay taxes.
Oh.
Do you fear me? Not nearly enough.
This is the voice of, what do they call the tax guy?
The
Uncle Sam?
IRS.
This is the voice of the IRS. Happy Christmas. Just know that 50% of everything you make in life will be mine. Hey guys, hey Ethan, this is the IRS. Just want to let you know that your quarterly payment is due. 50%, but you know the drill. I don't do shit for you, bro. I just waste all the money on military and corruption. We spent billions of dollars in Iraq and it disappeared. Anyway, 50% or you going to prison! Alright, I'll talk to you in a couple months.
IRS, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this who's calling always on Scam Likely that I don't answer?
The IRS from India. Hello, Mr. Klein. This is the IRS. You owe us $10,000. Everybody's getting these calls.
Yeah.
You call. You are going to prison. Fuck you. You go to prison or you pay us $10,000.
Have you seen that guy, Twitch streamer? I think his name's like Kaboga or something.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
I wanted to get him on the show, but he's not here
the one that, pranks them.
He creates like sterile environments on his computer and lets them hack him. And he puts like nude pics.
And sometimes he reverses it on them to the extent that he's able to get into their computer and like delete their files.
No way. That's
Some of
crazy.
them are just unbelievably satisfying to watch.
Excuse me, Mr. Klein. Hi, this is Mr. Smith from the IRS. Fuck you, guy. You owe us $10,000. Yeah, it's like that. People are like, oh, like old people.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, why?
And the only way to pay us is to go to Target and get an iPhone gift card.
You must send us $10,000 of Starbucks gift cards. You must go to Western. What is it called? The MoneyGram place.
Western Union.
You must go to Western Union at 12 p.m. and pay us by Western Union's anonymous check, cashier's check.
It's so absurd because it's so crazy that it's like, who would ever fall for this? But then you realize there wouldn't be thousands of people doing it if people weren't falling for it all the time. So
Well, it's just old people.
I know, it's sad. It's fucked up.
They got my grandma. They go,
really?
They go, someone, like, I guess who got my info and knew my grandma's name and my name. They go, hey, grandma, this is Ethan. They don't sound anything like me. It's not me. I'm trapped in Mexico. I got busted in Mexico, and I need you to send me $3,000 to bail me out.
Wow.
It's like, but, you know, the premise doesn't make any sense. Why didn't I call my parents? Why didn't I call my siblings? Why am I calling my grandma? Why am I in Mexico? But she was ready to do it, but my brother was living with her at the time, and he intervened.
Nice.
But that's a classic scam where they...
Right.
Just preying on old people. It's gonna suck to be that old. Be so fucking old that you can't even, like, make sense. You're like, fuck you. And you're like, oh, my grandson. It's like, I can't even imagine being in that state of mind. Be so gullible. It's like, you really slip mentally if you fall for that shit.
I guess so. You're just so fragile. Everything's like, you're just kind of like in survival.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking sucks. Science, you got like, how old am I? I'm 34. I figure I'll probably start losing mental capacity around 80. You got like 45 years to figure this shit out. Scientists are like, Ethan, just exercise. I'm like, fuck you.
Ethan,
never.
Are you like toying with your microphone or something?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was poking with the pen.
I can hear that.
Thank you. Well, we've done it all. There's a lot of other like small shit. Let me see if there's anything good here. No.
Just no.
Yeah.
All right.
2 hours. You know. That's it.
That's it. That's all you get.
So we've we've seen, we've talked, we've laughed, we've cried. We haven't cried.
You gonna tell them about our guest next week?
Who, PewDiePie?
Right.
Yes. PewDiePie will be joining us. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys, Felix, we had 2 podcasts in a row that we had to cancel. So I'm just going to start saying that PewDiePie canceled at the top of every episode as a gag. So you guys that made it to this far know what that gag is about. And everyone else will be confused. So I'm just going to start saying, sorry to PewDiePie. We had to reschedule at the top of every episode from now on. Because it's confusing. I've announced it so many times that let's just make it a gag.
So next week, is it all back to a normal schedule?
Do we have any guests, Dan?
Yeah, we have PewDiePie coming on.
Oh, well, okay, but for real.
No guests on the books next week.
Okay.
We just had a slew of them, and we're going back into normal mode for a couple weeks.
We have Oliver Tree coming up. I don't know when that is. Who should I reach out to? I was trying to get Gary Spivey.
I saw that you tweeted that.
That would be
really cool.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
And we even have a Gary Spivey costume that we...
Right.
Brazzo would be the best. He just stares at me the whole time. If you guys have suggestions, I'm looking for interesting, X Factor, a little off the beaten path.
It's got to be someone who's like approachable, you know, because we're not famous. We don't have agencies to reach out.
I mean, we've been having a lot of luck just
Why? Yeah.
DMing people.
No, dude, Russell Brand responded.
Oh,
he's going to come on.
Right.
No, I feel
forgot.
like we can pull pretty high.
But I feel like someone like Gary Spivey is a good idea.
I agree.
He's not
That's why I reached out.
that big kind of thing. There's like unapproachable.
I want Gary Spivey. I agree. But we can pull high. How dare you?
Okay.
This is the H3 podcast.
Because sometimes I see people suggest stuff that like we would love to have them, but
Oh, well, some people we've tried, like Eric Andre, I've tried.
yeah, people will always suggest the same one.
I mean, I want Eric Andre on as much as you guys do, but for
Little
some reason
Nas,
it's just not.
that Twitter account that keeps saying Little Nas.
I invited Lil Nas. He followed me on Twitter. I was like, cool. And I asked him if he wanted to come on. He didn't answer, so I'm not going to obviously keep pushing it. That guy is dedicated, man. He's on every post with a customized icon that says "Get Lil Nas on the podcast." If we ever do get him on, I'm going to credit him.
We'd have to.
I like Lil Nas, though.
Me too.
He's a character, man. He seems like more than anyone, he's enjoying his success. You know? Billie Eilish would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She has Tourette's. We have so much, that's such a thing to have in common.
Right.
I've never had a conversation with anybody about that. Come on, that's a lot to... You guys making fun of my tics now?
No.
We just both
Not
did
at
the
all.
sound.
I'm just kidding, I know. But Billie Eilish would be great. You know, they just come up sometimes, and sometimes it makes sense, and I ask. All right, we have to go to Teddy Fresh and do work now. It's never ending.
Okay.
How long are we going to be there today? We're just going to have a meeting, or is there more to do?
Few hours, probably.
A few hours? A few? Wait, it's already 2 o'clock. How are we going to be there for a few hours?
What's a few? It's more than a
Few is like 3 or more.
Yeah.
We have to leave by 4:30.
Well, your mom is with Theodore.
I can't be there till 5. I can't. I wish we took 2
Guys,
hours now.
is the show over?
No, it's not. This was good shit. Don't end it.
Music's going.
Well,
Well, you can Uber.
maybe I will, because I'm just so beat. Maybe you can Uber.
It's my car.
It is your car. We should have taken 2 cars. What were we thinking? A few hours? I'm so exhausted. I could barely talk. We're doing that Vin Diesel. My throat is totally thrown. Like it legitimately hurts.
You need to exercise. Why are you so tired?
I just performed for over 2 hours.
I don't know. Did you see Shakira on the Super Bowl?
I'm sure she was tired as well.
Fine, but did you see the performance?
This?
There was that.
Yeah, I saw it. So what? I'm not impressed. Try hosting a podcast for 2 hours twice a week. You know?
That's super impressive.
What do you want? I'm not doing a song and dance. I'm mentally exhausted. I was prepping late into the night last night. I've been doing Vin Diesel impressions all day. It's tough.
Song's ending.
I'm in a beautiful world. All right, well, let's go see what we can do, and then hopefully we won't be there.
Okay,
Can we leave at 3:30?
No.
Because we have the meeting, and you have to do design, or you have to do the design stuff. We have a top secret something going on that I can't mention, but it's super, 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 super exciting. Excitement levels on this thing I can't talk about, 1 to 10.
10?
Yeah, it's a 10. It's fucking epic. Nothing you guys will see for a long time.
But the one that they're going to see soon is pretty awesome.
Oh, we can say what it is now. People know.
because you used it already.
SpongeBob collab. Super
SpongeBob
exciting.
collab is happening, and it's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I guess 2 weeks. It's coming out on the 27th, right?
Yeah.
That thing is going to sell so fast because it came out really good. And we didn't get as much quantity as we should have for some reason. But it came out great. Like, it's a really good collab.
Really exciting. That one, I think that's why we're all so tired. It was really hard working on that one because it's like
The new one or the old one?
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
There's so much in preparation and like working with this big corporations.
You have to approve like every little thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. But anyway, it's been worth it. Once we're used to the process, it won't be so bad. And we're getting more people and more processes in place, so it'll be easier in the future. The first one's always the most tedious. But this new one, I mean, SpongeBob is a licensing deal. This one is a straight up collab with
Kanye?
How do you say the difference?
Well, so a licensing deal is that we're paying a royalty to SpongeBob for using their intellectual property in our designs.
Okay, I see.
But this one is a collab in that it's like working together on designs and production. I mean, it's a full through collab.
Gotcha.
With one of the, I don't want to say more than that.
Yeah.
But we're burning the candles on both sides. Hila was up very late working hard on Teddy Fresh. Teddy Fresh. Teddy Fresh. And Theodore was in there with markers. He wants to be
so
drawing
funny. He wants to touch all my stuff and draw with me. I cannot wait to draw it together.
Mitzi was saying that there's you can get like baby markers that are toys.
Yeah,
that sounds
I'll look
cool.
into that.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
I seriously cannot wait to draw with him because it's going to be so fun.
He's going to love it. He's going to be an awesome little artist.
And they come up with all this crazy stuff because they're...
It's a house with a
imagination.
baby in it. Yeah, they're
so
like
funny.
totally unrestricted.
Can't wait.
All right. On to our second job. For a few hours, apparently.
It's a work day, Ethan. It's 2:00 right now.
Mm-hmm. Keep explaining how work days
I'm
work.
starting the outro music for the second time. We're trying this again. Oh, Ethan's out. Okay, bye, everybody.
Paul Newman.
Paul Newman.